Blaze the doja, grab your loved ones and bring them closer. Extra, extra, read the poster, the KKP is taking over. Sleeping on me, better smell the Folgers. I've been razor sharp since the Motorola. Off of O, like the cover of Oprah. Popping bottles, feet all in the sofa. It's a celebration, though the times is hard. It's raining blessings, give it up to God. Chaotic Kulture, the greatest pod. With Ked the Pro, the one in charge. But it's a celebration, times is hard. It's raining blessings, give it up to God. Chaotic Kulture, the greatest pod. With Ked the Pro, the one in charge.
We're living in a chaotic culture. 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 Oh, we're living in a chaotic culture. 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 Oh, we're living in a chaotic culture. 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 Oh, we're living in a chaotic culture. We're living in a chaotic culture. We're living in a chaotic culture. We're living in a chaotic culture.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Khaotic Kulture podcast, the pod where chaos rules and black culture is supreme. This podcast will deep dive into modern black culture and how millennials and Gen Z can navigate the crazy parts. From music, finances, black business highlights, home ownership, HBCUs, sports, black nerdom, anime, wrestling. If it encompasses black culture, we are going to cover it. Live from the 7-5, I am the host and the creator of the Khaotic Kulture podcast. This is your boy, Ked the Pro, a.k.a. the Calculated Millennial, a.k.a. the Encore presentation. Now, can I get an encore? Do you want more? A.k.a. your favorite toxic adjacent king. Just watch your girl, because if she looked, she took. And Ked the Poet, Ked the Closer. The 843 is me, but VA is where I stay. Always chaotic, never toxic most days. Back again, once again, with your favorite black culture highlights and black culture shenanigans. Of course, with me today is one member of the squad here, Miss Nasa, the first lady of the pod. If she will just do us the honors of introducing herself.
Hey y'all, how y'all been? I know it's been a minute since y'all seen me. Of course, it's the Queen, aka Nasa, aka Nakaso, aka
That's
Tony
new.
Hawaii. Yeah, I hope everything has been good with you guys. Welcome to the station and good vibes only. How has everything been? I hope everything's been well.
Yes, ma'am. So far, everything's been going good.
Good.
So, yeah, we about to get into it with our guests here. Now, most of them, with the exception of one, have been on this podcast before at some point or another. So, it's only fair that we go ahead and introduce members of Inside the Mind of a Blerd who have joined us today. We're gonna start off. Of course, with the new person, and then we'll go into the old folk who've been here. Rob J, if you could go ahead and introduce yourself, sir. I did not mean that as a term of old. I'm just saying. I don't want nobody thinking that I'm here calling them grannies and whatnot, because we all know Rob is the second youngest person on this episode.
Fair. Yo. No, I'm just playing. That shit been in my head like all day. Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Rob J, aka the Breakfast Food Bandit, the English dub enthusiast, the Waffle House Warrior, Jason Mimosa, aka the Croc Hashira. I am not throwing away my Crocs. Listen, man, I'm here. It's good to be on the Khaotic Kulture podcast with the gang. I'm ready to have a great time, man. Let's get into it.
Yes, sir. Next up, of course, is the pod mother of Inside the Mind of a Blerd. The last time she was on this episode, we had a thorough discussion about the fight for women's rights. With at the time, we knew that Roe versus Wade was in trouble, and yet we know where we're at now. But here joining us again is the pod mother, Kam. Kam, please go ahead and introduce yourself, ma'am.
Well, hello. Thank you for that intro. And if you guys are heavy listeners to Ked, then you know that I have been here before. And, thank you for letting us come over and, have a good time over here. If you guys know us, you know that Ked the Leg hangs out over on Inside the Mind of a Blerd. What is it? Aqua Leg Kid? Yeah, that one right there. But yeah, I'm also known as the pod mother of Inside the Mind of a Blerd. And thank you again for having us. Hopefully, we'll have a bit of sanity on here. Who knows what you'll get, but Ked's gonna try to keep us in line, and we'll see where the world goes.
One can only try. Full disclosure, I did not come up with that nickname. That was all Kam. So yeah. And finally, of course, we have the last time Steve was on this pod, I believe we did the epilogue for season 2 where I actually went to his crib and we recorded the episode there. So
Yes,
big shout
sir.
out to Steve, aka Scuba Steve. Please go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
What's going on, everybody? It is I, Scuba Steve, aka Scholar's dad or whatever. I don't got no whole bunch of AKA, so I don't
Spoiler,
usually
Steve.
spoiler Steve. Yeah, I don't usually get to do a bunch of AKAs. But yeah, man, I'm happy to be here. It's been a long time since I've been on. But had to go on and pull up for this ITMOB takeover episode.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Indeed. So, once again, we welcome Inside the Mind of a Blerd, aka It Mob, to the show. Y'all already know that I'm also a part of Inside the Mind of a Blerd, so it's only fair that I, grab some members of the It Mob crew and bring them on to this episode. We're supposed to have more. I don't know where they at, but they will pop in if they decide to. Bo was supposed to be up here. I don't know where Bo's at. Johnny is running late. I mean, that's Johnny. That's my man, 50 grand, but
Yeah.
hey,
Sound
love you,
about
Johnny.
right.
Yeah, yep. And then the co-pilot Law, I don't know where he's at. He said he was supposed to be joining because he got off at like 5:45, so I don't know. But if he shows up, he shows up. Cool. Sappy, of course, is enjoying Broccoli Fest in DC. So I hope that Sappy is having a wonderful time out there and that she's being safe and that she does not contract any sicknesses or diseases that, happen to be at some of these festivals at times. So, yeah, with that, let us go ahead and get into our mental health check. So the first thing that we do, of course, is just ask everybody how their mental health is. If it's going good, if it's going great, if there's some things that they got to work through or work on, just please let us know. Rob, this is your first time doing this, so of course we like to ask how's your mental health been so far?
Okay, yeah, my mental it's been solid. It's been pretty good. We got this convention coming up in a couple of weeks. We got DreamCon coming up, so I've just been trying to focus on that really. But I've been good, man. I cannot complain at all. I've been in a pretty good headspace, and yeah, I am good, man. Blessed black
Good.
and blessed black and highly favored as always.
Hey, blessed, black, and highly favored is great. It's great. Okay, Cam dropped out. Oh, and then she didn't. All right. That's actually who I was gonna go to next. I was about to ask Cam how her mental health has been so far. If she is paying attention. Well, until she gets everything straight. Steve, how's your mental health been, bro?
Man, my mental health has been pretty good. I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes, so I just try to make sure that I don't overwork myself and stuff like that. Usually for the month of August, I kind of like don't do very much. So like this month, I usually kind of like load up on different episodes and stuff like that because August is everybody in my family got a birthday like every couple days, and then back to school and all that other stuff. So I'm like, I usually just take August and then like a week in December, I take that week off. But those, so I'm actually looking forward to this next month coming up so I can take a much needed break.
Hey man, I feel that. Speaking of which, August is usually the month where Chaotic Culture takes a little bit of a break. But at the end of August, or the beginning of season 5, if you will, we'll do something special for you guys. So yeah, we'll take a little bit of break after DreamCon and then reevaluate some things and we'll come at y'all full force. But before I get into that, Nasa, if you care to share, how your mental health has been.
My mental health has been okay. It really has. I definitely have been taking the time to kind of just reevaluate, try to reset, try to, kind of evaluate how like the first 6 months of this year has been for me, and kind of how I want to be towards the end of it. But I'm definitely in the mind space of just kind of just doing what my heart desires and just focusing on, internal healing for real. So that's kind of where I've been.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Cam, are you there?
Yes, I am. I am.
Okay. How's your mental health been, man?
child, listen, you know, let me not be that dramatic. Um, recently I got myself a therapist. I like her because I was like, listen, the way I process things at times and the way my reaction is, or non-reaction to some things, I was like, okay, something's got to, change. And then also just my environment. Um, I was like, no, something's got to, be different because I mean, I am still in a good space, but I also know and felt that it was time for me to kind of alleviate some of the things I try to navigate myself. So I have been doing better. It's been tough, kind of, doing some of the assignments, we'll call them, that my tries to get me to do. But I'm good. I'm good. I'm trying not to cuss everybody out, and I'm trying to work on not holding grudges. I don't think that's ever gonna be something we'll be able to fix. But I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. And the last but not least is myself. Now, obviously, when it comes to my mental health, y'all know that I have a therapist now. So I've been, doing some sessions. Get into some of the root of the things that have been bothering me in the past, and some things that have been bothering me this year. But ultimately, I believe that it has definitely been helped, and it's allowed me to have, a clear mind, and also has been able to help me, work through some things. What I've noticed a lot is that when talking to my therapist, she says that a lot of the times you seem like you coming up with some of the solutions yourself. Um, I'm here to ask these questions and whatnot, but it seems like you, have a good handle uh on these things. And it's like, well, as a black man, I want to make sure that I get a jump on these things before they do become problematic. And I think
Mm,
that's important for me to, to have a therapist for that moment, because if I see
facts.
something that's becoming problematic, okay, let me talk to her real quick. Let me make sure that I'm not tripping, or I'm not, going on the wrong path or anything like that. So um she said that it was a very mature decision to be able to recognize when things may start to go left, and that, you come to a therapist to make sure that you stop yourself from, doing things that you may regret later. So, in any case, that has been a godsend for me, and I've just been, working through some things. So, I am still, my mental health this week has been pretty solid so far. There was, a couple of blips here and there in regarding work, but I mean, it's a 9 to 5. What can you do at this point? But
Yeah.
okay, we've gotten everybody's mental health. It sounds like everybody's in a pretty solid place one way or the other, and I think that's the good thing about starting these episodes off, is just making sure that we are able to get those emotions and those feelings out to let us know, where we are as far as our headspace. We don't want to record an episode and then we down in the dumps and just not in the attitude to record. So that's that. So our first topic today is going to be a little serious, because we definitely got to just discuss this. For those who don't know, there was a girl by the name of Carlee Russell, who a few days ago in Alabama was driving home and was about 10 minutes away. And when she noticed that there was a toddler on the side of the highway, and called a family member to let them know that she had found this toddler, and then was gone or disappeared for a few days. She thank God that she was able to return home, and then she was immediately hospitalized. The It's such a crazy situation, because we saw the social media posts about her being missing. I saw some of the news posts in Alabama saying that the woman was missing. It seemed like she was on the phone with her family, and then they just lost contact, even though the phone was still going on. So at that point, I'm glad that she was able to find her way home. I'm glad that she's still alive. I don't know what kind of trauma she went through, but it sounds like it was a very grueling experience from the way things have played out. I'm thankful, of course, that we were able to get a black woman home safely for the most part.
Facts.
So that part is very important to me. Now, as far as how things transpired, that's still a mystery in itself, because apparently, according to one of the cameras on the highway, they said like some kind of van like parked in front of her vehicle where she found the toddler, which for the most part makes us believe that this was a setup. So,
Mhm.
um,
Damn.
yeah, that's the crazy part. So we're
Damn.
like,
I didn't know
okay,
that.
yeah, using a toddler as bait, that's wild. We
Sick work.
already know about the thing about sex trafficking and things like that, and it's already bad enough out here, especially for women of color. But goodness gracious, using a toddler, I
Oh
didn't think
yeah.
it could get that low, but apparently I was wrong. So
Oh, yeah, it's some sick work out there. Like for real, for real. I've never heard anything like this. Like I guess here technically, but like overseas and stuff like that, they doing stuff with kids. You know what I'm saying, all the
Mm.
time using them as bait and
mhm.
stuff like that. Um, I haven't really followed this story too much. Only seen like the pictures and memes and stuff that post up and stuff like that from different websites and stuff like that, from social media sites. So I've seen that, but I haven't actually followed the story too much. So this is my first time hearing about it was a toddler
Yeah,
and
same
stuff
here,
like
bro. That's wild.
yeah. So that was just like, oh shoot, wow. Because I just knew that they was only thing I saw was someone posted the boyfriend. I guess he was defending himself because a lot of people felt like he had something to do with it. And now that she done came home, you know what I'm saying? Somebody was like, y'all owe him an apology or something like that.
Mhm.
But like other than that, I hadn't really like deep dived and focused on it in on this story. So I'm gonna be learning more news as y'all talk about it.
Same here, bro. I'm just glad that she's safe now. She's home. Like that's and just like Kid said at the beginning, man, a black woman like has been found, and that's really like that's all that matters. That she's okay, she's good, and hopefully she's not too like fucked up like mentally, because that can like take a huge toll on somebody. So
Facts.
I'm just glad that she's back home.
Absolutely, absolutely. So now that we've spoken, I definitely want to hear from our black women about this situation and how they feel.
Nasa, did you want to go or you want me to go first? Whichever one.
Um, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you now. Well, I
Okay.
can hear you now.
Okay, good. Um, but like yes, like I was saying, I think it's definitely a blessing to know that she has now been found safe. It is definitely scary as a woman now in society because you don't know what could happen, and things have just gotten a lot more dangerous. And being by yourself, crazy things just of course just can happen, and this is one of those scenarios. So definitely, like, as a woman, I definitely would say to other women, definitely to have protection, some form of protection. Make sure that you are aware of your surroundings because it's scary. It's scary. It is a scary situation, but thank God that she's been found safe.
Um, as far as me, I was saying the same thing I said to them earlier before we started recording. I said it to another friend. Um, I feel like social media saved her because there was so much emphasis and attention on her that whoever had her, it would have been pretty damn hard with, you know, everyone looking for her. Like everyone, and that's the power of social media. I hate that that's kind of what it took to get her back because this could have been a totally different outcome. And it's not very uncommon for children and other women to be used in situations to lure other women away on a false sense of security and, lure them to their doom in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And I think also because I am a woman, I do particularly pay more attention to these things because as much as we, yell and shout, oh, change this law, be more accountable, um, do these things, this and the third, it's still not changing fast enough. And It's like it's just something you have to be aware of. And for the ladies out there, do what you got to. Do what you got to protect yourself, because at the end of the day, they aren't valuing your life. They aren't valuing your life. So do what you have to, because you know what kind of world we live in and what we've kind of been given to work with. So, keep your head on a swivel and be prepared to do whatever necessary to protect yourself, and try to do what you can to make sure you make it home another day, because this is horrible that this happened to her. And if it hadn't been for social media, she would have been just another black woman who had disappeared, because there are actually a lot of black men, women, and children who are and teens who are missing, who still have not returned home. And they're starting to do more, Amber Alerts about this, because, black people continue to say, hey, this isn't cool, because, typically the minute some white child, and you can be offended about it if you want to, but it's true. If some white child or some white woman or white man goes missing, it's all over the news. It's presented to us. But black people as a collective said, hey, this can't, why am I being notified through word of mouth of social media that someone like me is missing, when I'm seeing like five back to back reports on the news? So just this is a tough situation, because I don't know, in that short amount of time that she was missing, I don't know what she went through. And for the people who are saying that she made it up, it was just a hoax, that's really shitty of you.
Wait,
That's really shitty.
there's people
Yes,
saying that?
Yeah, man.
yes,
What the
there are people
fuck?
saying that she like made this up, that it was just a hoax. But
Oh
it's
my
like,
god.
like I said, as a woman, I know for a fact
Fuck,
that
man.
children and other women have been used to lure, women into a false
Jesus.
sense of security into their doom. And then, you have actual footage that shows, like, to collaborate with what she's
What she
saying.
said.
And it's like, it's just some people are just out there horrible, and
The
they
internet
assume because
trash.
yeah, they assume because it's not happening to them, that it doesn't consist of something in their surrounding, in their environment, that it can't be real. But your story isn't always everyone else's story.
I feel like this also goes back to just believing a woman when she's explaining her trauma.
Exactly.
Like, it
Exactly.
often gets dismissed. It's like, oh, well, what were you? It always goes back to the woman and what the woman was doing, and there's no full accountability that, like, hey, like, she's actually a victim in this situation.
Hmm. Especially for
So
black women. Black women don't get that luxury.
especially for Black
Honestly,
women.
we do not get that luxury to have, moments to be vulnerable. And it's like, well, what were you wearing? What did you say? Why weren't you looking around? It's 21 questions instead
It's
of,
21 questions, and it's always getting, like, our trauma is almost is like our explanation of what has happened to us always seems to get hijacked.
it isn't good enough.
So
It absolutely isn't good enough.
I hate that we had to, of course, start off the episode like that, but it's important that we have these conversations once again. It's really crazy that there is a certain group of people who would claim that this is a hoax, because I don't know where the hell that came from. But the moment I saw that, I had to keep myself from throwing my phone, because I was like, man, I need to get off this for the day, because ain't no way that this woman, they had the whole police looking for her and things like that. And then y'all have the nerve to say that, this was a hoax. I don't get that at all. But you know what it is? I want to say this because it's a black woman, but I didn't want to have to go there, but it seems to be like that's the truth. So again, I'm just glad that that this black woman was found, but I'm even more worried now for our black women out there, because again, the fact that they use a child as bait. And as Steve had mentioned earlier, yeah, you go to other countries, they do this. And so to see that, being done on our home turf is kind of like, especially because when you see a baby stranded somewhere, the first thing that you're going to do is wonder, where the parents, and you're going to want to try to help the kid get to safety. And now
Especially on the freeway.
Exactly.
yeah, exactly, because if they wander out to the freeway, that's it. And now we're in a situation where it's just like, dang, if we see a kid on the side of the road wandering with no folks around, we may not even want to be bothered with it, because it's like it could mean life or death.
It
Yeah, for
really
sure.
could, and that's very sad that
And
that is continued to be the situation. I don't know if this was a human trafficking attempt or what the case, was. We won't know until she, ever feels up to telling us her story. But human trafficking is a very elaborate and very much so. A lot of money is made. A lot of money
Mhm.
is made in human sex trafficking. A lot of money, and it's a lot of people that you think wouldn't be involved in it are involved in it. Very much so. Very much so. So if this is what this was, I'm just not surprised at all. And even if it wasn't a human trafficking, it's not above. There was what the story a couple of months back where the woman touched her door handle. You know, and she
Mhm.
was talking about how she started to feel strange and feel weird, and it was the black woman. And there are all different ways and scenarios that these things play out. So you can't be too comfortable, from the perfumes to people following you home. Like it's a crazy world.
Nah, you speaking facts, unfortunately. Um, in any case, guys, of course we do have to move on, but for our audience members, if you're listening to this again, just especially if you're a black woman, just please be mindful of your surroundings again. And I hate that you have to do that now, continuously, and now for different reasons, that you can't even rescue a child off the side of the street without wondering if somebody's gonna come in and grab you. So please, 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 just be careful out here. Again, carry if you got to, keep some pepper spray on you, do something. And for the men that are in your life that are, say that they're going to protect you, I just hope that y'all are around to make sure that these women are safe, because it's clear that our women are being targeted, and we got to do our part to make sure that they are protected at all costs, because we can't be losing our women out here. So, and that's not to say that the women can't defend for themselves. I'm just saying we got to make sure that we doing our part to be sure that folk in our family are safe and secure. So
Facts.
Facts.
with that in mind, let's move on to our first topic. So, for those who have not heard, I'm pretty sure that you've heard by now, but if you haven't listened to the Chaotic Culture podcast, of course, that again, I'm part of Inside the Model Blerd. But with that, we have a panel that is coming up at DreamCon, which
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
for those
Hey.
who, again, with DreamCon coming up, DreamCon will be on July 20th through July 30th, and the panel itself will be on the 30th, that Sunday. With that, I
2
had to
weeks
bring the
from
crew
now,
through.
bro.
Yeah, yes, 2 weeks from now. That is nuts.
2 weeks,
That is
like
nuts. And
exactly.
and for those who are listening, of course, we're recording on a Sunday, so you'll
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
this by
yeah.
Wednesday.
Right.
But it'll be about a week and a half from Wednesday. But even still, that is
Ooh.
just so crazy. And for those who've never had a panel at a con before, this will be like my first time. And as I've
Same
said,
G's.
and I've actually have said my piece on Twitter, but I'll even say it on here. Like, if you had said that I was going to be part of a panel at DreamCon a year after the first time I attended, I never would have imagined that. And DreamCon was like my first anime and gaming convention ever.
Hey.
Same,
Hey.
bro. Big same.
Rob is the GOAT, man.
I hate Steve so much. Steve never want to take credit for
If
shit,
Rob
bro.
wasn't doing that, what he was doing on our Twitter,
I
it wouldn't
hate
have been
Steve
popping.
so much, bro. I swear I do,
Hey,
man.
I was saying, hey, Rob, can I hire you?
Bro,
Bro,
about to say,
Steve
he
is the
took over
troll,
social
bro.
media.
Listen, Rob could be making some money as a
Cam,
social
please don't
media
join the
manager.
narrative. Please
No.
don't join it. Cam.
I'm about to say
No,
because
because
nigga, like,
that's a real title. That is a real
Twitter-
title, and people make money.
Was our Twitter popping before Rob joined, Cam?
Absolutely.
Let's be real. That's Rob. He ain't gonna take no credit.
Listen, I'm telling you to go ahead, social media manager. Go ahead, make you some little coins on the side, because
bro.
start getting versatile up in here.
Like, bro, kid, bro, literally same. Like, last year was my first year going to like any type of con, just period. And then for us to have a fucking panel this year, it is really dope. It's a freaking blessing. I'm not gonna lie, it's really amazing. Like, you just gotta just hats off to the whole team, bro. Like, it's just really like it's cool as fuck. Like, I'm low key like lost for words. I'm nervous about it. I'm not gonna hold you, but hey, we just gonna let this shit rock, and
y'all will be fine.
It's just gonna go. Cam, you are a professional. You've been through this plenty of times.
I'm saying,
bro. Like, come on.
This is my first like at a big con, I guess, of our peers. Of our peers.
Don't count.
No.
We're at
WeebCon. Yeah. I mean, because I told y'all guys, I give a big ups to Bo for holding it down for the little bit of time when I arrived late.
Because you was late.
Especially. Yeah, because I was late.
That was another con. I forgot about that. WeebCon was in. So what con was that? That was Fan Expo.
No. What?
Anime Frontier.
Anime Frontier.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was three. So damn,
that's three. Exactly. That's why I said, Kim, you are a professional. You already know how to, like, bro. This is nothing to you. This is nothing.
You got this, Rob. You got this, kid.
But nah, man, it's super dope. Yeah. Like, and plus, like, the panel, cartoon crazy, cartoons and cereal. We're calling it. It's gonna be just a super fun time, just talking to everybody, and like hearing some of these takes too, because on the timeline, some of these takes about these
say it to my face.
Have been kind of crazy. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, kind of crazy is an.
And we'll just do a whole segment.
Yeah.
Instead of who gonna check me, it's gonna be say it to my face.
Crying.
Because they be on these timelines. Just.
It'd be funny though. It's gonna be fun. I'll tell you.
I hope y'all do come and see us.
Yeah, for sure. I'll tell
see
y'all.
Kid's leg in person.
Ma'am.
Wow.
Man, my mom listens to this podcast. I'm not saying that we can't cuss, but goodness gracious, man.
You were saying something, though, Steve?
I was about to say,
hang on, we have a new guest who has joined us. Law, the co-pilot.
A new challenger approaches.
Hey, bro, you on mute, I think.
Sorry. What's going on, y'all?
Hey, what up?
What up?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
Tired.
It's all good. It's all good. Steve, I didn't mean to interrupt you, man. What was you saying?
Oh no, I was just saying, like, once y'all get on stage and start talking, all that, they're like the first like 10 seconds you'll have some jitters, but you're gonna get hella comfortable and just be cool. And then you're gonna be like, damn, my panel over already. It's gonna go real fast, bro.
Once that ball gets rolling, because once you do past the intros, like Steve said, the intro is gonna kind of be where it's at, because you are introducing yourself to some known people and some unknown people you probably haven't had a chance to see in person. Once you do that, once that ball get rolling, listen. Just have fun with it. Be, comfortable. Take a deep breath, and you got the rest of your team with you. So, our job is a part of being, with this team is to try to come in and pick up the slack where you may drop it. That way, keep things rolling smoothly. So that's what this. That's one of the big things about being part of this pod is, we will try to support and be there for each other,
Mm.
on and off the mic. So
Yeah. But say I've done like a few open mics and comedy and stuff like that. So I'm used to like being in front of crowds and stuff. So I've gotten to a point where it's second nature to me. And then I'm pretty good at like feeding people, hey, it's your turn to talk type shit. I'm pretty good at it once we get into that kind of scene. So I think
Mm.
we'll be fine. Y'all will be fine, bro.
Hey, coming from
my
someone who has
personality.
theater experience and who's been on stages in front of thousands of people and hundreds of
Oh,
people,
you fine then.
I think I'll be all right. It's just a matter of I've been in like a panel situation. I've been a part of a question and answer situation, which I mean, I guess could be similar, but
Yeah.
never had the opportunity to actually do like a con panel. So this will be your first experience, but I'm not so much nervous as being in front of people as me just making sure that everything goes smoothly. That's gonna be my thing. It's like, okay, I hope this thing goes smoothly. I hope we're able to get in, get the crowd involved, have fun with this, and then when it's over, and I hope everything just goes well. That's gonna be my thing. It's like, all right, I'm nervous on how well this is going to go. I'm not nervous about speaking. I could stand in front of 10, 15, 20, 100 people and I'll be all right, but still.
Mm.
Mhm. Yeah,
I
enough.
mean, Kev, push come to shove, just get you a coffee cup and fill it with some good old Jack. But nah,
Oh, I mean, there will be liquor involved the entire weekend.
1000%.
yeah,
1000%.
That
So,
entire weekend. I kind of wish that Law and NASA could be here to experience DreamCon, but there's always next year. So we'll make sure that we make that a priority for us to attend these cons more often and try to get some more of these panels. Speaking of which, I was actually trying to attend BlerdCon. Unfortunately, finances had other plans as well as my
Oh,
job had other
damn.
plans. So it was like, dang, I missed BlerdCon. I missed getting the chance to go up to DC and talking to our mutuals there. But either way, again, I mean, we're close by. So when BlerdCon comes back again next year, we'll be ready for it. One will
facts.
hope.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Facts.
with the panel, I know that again, Cam has done this and Steve has done this. So I just wanted to ask, like, what is the thing that you were looking forward to the most regarding this panel?
Me myself getting crowd interactions, possibly getting more listeners, because there'll be some new faces in the crowd that's not necessarily anti-Twitter people. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get
Mm-hmm.
some new listeners, and we can bring in some more people. Maybe bring in some more people to our other social media. You know what I'm saying? Because our Facebook and Instagram isn't as big as our Twitter is. So if these people come in, they be like, "Oh, I don't have Twitter," and we like, "Oh, well, great, you can find us here." And maybe
Mm-hmm.
y'all can get us popping, you know what I'm saying, over there and stuff like that. But that's really all I'm looking forward to be honest with you. Community, trying to get the people into what we got going, and then just keep them numbers going. That's really all I care about.
Okay. Cam.
um with me, yeah, definitely the interaction, because I definitely want people to see the connection in person of what we have on the pod. Because that's the biggest thing I want people to see. And I'm really excited to have more members of the pod to be presented to the crowd, and the con attenders. That's the biggest thing. So yeah, interaction, and then being able to see the connection and flow, in case you don't get to see us on camera, you get to see the actual interactions and antics of us in person. So I'm excited to have have you guys presented to them. I be on my proud mother sometimes if y'all don't let me down. I be like, here, look at it, look at my baby, and
I'm
holding down my
dead.
hands.
Oh
Look at
Lord
it, look
Jesus.
at it.
Oh, brother.
We
So
not
I'm
gonna
I'm
let you
excited.
down.
Right.
Listen. I'm like,
And
look at them, look at them. Yeah. So I'm excited for people to actually see y'all, and then be able to market. Hopefully something more comes of this. And maybe we'll be able to do other cons. You guys are coming down here to Texas. Hopefully, maybe if there's a local con with you guys, maybe we can shuffle ourselves on up there, and have ITMOB shut it down.
Mhm.
Hey, sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Well,
So
we already know like there's a lot of major cons out there. The Anime Expos, Anime NYC, which yeah, that's gonna be some
Rich
some
Nigga
kind of
Con.
rich nigga con. That's what we calling it because yeah, look,
Rich
them
Nigga
prices. I
Con.
was like, yeah, I'm good off that. We got WeaveCon, we got MomoCon,
Mhm.
AWA, which unfortunately I will not be able to attend this year because that
Oh,
falls
for
on the same
real?
weekend. That falls on the same weekend as Hampton's homecoming, bro. I'm not
Oh,
missing
okay.
homecoming this
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Yeah,
Super fair. Yeah, yeah.
that's
That's
sorry.
super fair. Yeah,
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 It
yeah.
is what it is.
right,
Hell
right.
yeah. Yeah. Fuck that. Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah. And then um. Of course, there are other cons that are around as well. We mentioned BlerdCon. There's a few. There's a Galaxy Con, I believe, that's in Richmond, but that it's. I missed the timing on that one. I think that one was in March or April sometime, but I'll
Okay.
have to look back into that. But still, there's a lot that we can participate in. So hopefully we will do our research and find out which ones we can you know invade and become a part of, so that way we can continue to get the name of Inside the Mind of a Bird out. And that is also a goal for Chaotic Culture podcast as well, for us to get some panels at some of these cons as well. I want to be sure
Mhm.
that the squad is involved during those periods as well. So do we have any more comments about what we are expecting at the con and what we hope to achieve while we are at DreamCon?
Well, since it's gonna be out, first panel, what are
What are
you
y'all
guys
expecting?
yeah, like what are you expecting, or what are you hoping for, or
Hmm.
what's it going to be?
I'm,
Oh, go ahead,
yeah,
Joe. You got it.
I'm definitely hoping for some fun. Hoping that we get a good decent crowd to come and interact with us. I know that with it being on a Sunday and that's the last day of the con, it's not going to be as busy, but I still want people to come out and actually
Mhm.
participate. So that's the main thing. Is I can't wait to see how many people participate, what people participate, and hearing some of these takes that are going to be had at this panel.
Bro.
So that's going to be
Literally.
the interesting part of it all.
Man.
So
The cartoon takes are going
The-
to be wild.
yeah, and
I got
like,
a question.
what's up?
what's up,
So,
Law?
do they usually give out more information on release dates for like different series and different animes and mangas?
Yeah, it really just depends on what sites that you go to. I know that I forgot what the name of that site was for certain anime that I just started following out of nowhere, or at least the Twitter that I follow. But I usually
Anime TV
yeah, Anime
JP?
TV.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, I usually follow them, and they
Anime
usually
TV JP. Yeah.
JP, yep, and they give out all of the like the
Bro.
newest shows that come out
Hmm.
or that are coming out, depending on the season and things like that. So I'm definitely waiting to see what well, we already know like fall is gonna come with some heat, but
Hmm.
summers has definitely has some heat too. So just
Hmm.
uh if you get the chance, Law, definitely just follow that. It's anime TV _ JP. It'll definitely give you some insight on the new animes coming out. And then
IG.
if you don't have like the Viz or the Shonen Jump app, I would highly recommend downloading that, because that's really how I get all the information about the mangas that are coming out.
Hmm.
I'm following them on Instagram or
Okay.
no, I'm saying is it on Instagram or Twitter?
I don't quote me on that. I'd have to look real quick.
It's on
And
Twitter.
okay.
Yeah, it's on Twitter, and I think they have. I
I
think
do see an anime
they
TV
have an
_
Instagram.
JP. Yeah, they have an
Yep,
Instagram.
they do have
Let
an
me go ahead and hit
Instagram.
that follow button right now. So
Yep.
yep,
Hell
it
yeah,
will be on
for
it'll be on
sure.
Instagram as well.
Cause
Word.
they got all the news, like everything that's coming out.
Hmm. So yeah, definitely pay attention to that. But yeah, what were you looking forward to, Rob?
Oh yeah, bro, just us, cause we like do the podcast like on the cameras and stuff like that. I
Hmm.
can't wait for us to be in person, just just having a blast, bro. Just freaking kicking it about just all type of stuff. It's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be hilarious too. Like, bro, Bo on stage with a mic.
Bo is about to be
Yo.
hilarious. Unintentionally.
And we can't mute Bo. He's just gonna be talking.
Yeah,
it's gonna
that's
be like,
what I'm
oh
saying,
no,
bro.
hell no.
Like,
I'm gonna take the mic from him. Like, hey, Bo, give me the mic.
Bro, like in person, bro. Like the vibes are just gonna be like really, really good. It's gonna be funny. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to the most. To be honest, I ain't gonna lie, cause yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for the panel. Like, I'm ready.
Man, me either, bro. Me either. Nasa, did you have any other questions before we move on regarding our panel that's coming up? I know that you won't be able to say, and I just didn't know if you had any questions.
No, sir. Y'all can keep going.
All right. Sounds good. Well, with that, y'all, again, for those who will be attending DreamCon, just be sure that you pull up on us on July 30th at 1:30 p.m. CDT?
1:30?
No,
Yes, sir.
Okay.
1:30 to 2:30. Yes, sir.
1:30 to 2:30. What room is it again?
Workshop room 3, room 619.
Okay. Y'all already know where to find us. And
In the
definitely be
Hilton,
sure that
I
you come
think.
and check us
Yeah.
out. Yep. So definitely be sure that you come check us out. And come and have fun with us. And don't give any bad takes, because we will make sure that we call you out on
We're
it.
gonna tell you to get the F out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. It's gonna be hilarious.
Right. All right. So our next quick note, we just want to get into a little bit of the latest music that you've been listening to. I'm gonna save mine for last because I have an artist that I kind of want to talk about real quick that I've also talked about on this podcast before, but I've actually gone and listened to their discography just to I guess get a better understanding of their artistry, quote unquote. So anybody want to talk about any recent music that they've listened to and how they felt?
Ooh.
Go ahead.
So
Yeah, go ahead, Cam.
I've come across a artist called Teddy Swims, and he's actually pretty good. But it's interesting enough because he reminds me of the artist Rag and Bones. I don't know if you guys are familiar with either one of them.
Genre is it?
I don't know. You just have to look them
You don't know
up.
the genre?
Is
it rap? Is it rock?
No. It's not
singing?
rap. Both of these are white. They're both white. They're both white.
Yeah, I was gonna say Teddy's definitely white. I went to his
yeah.
profile immediately, and I'm like, yeah, he's white.
Yeah, and Rag and Bones. I mean, and if you listen to them, they both sound similar because it was funny because the song came on. Teddy Swims' "Lose Control" came on, and at first I thought it was Rag and Bones because I was like, that sounds just like Rag and Bones, and yeah, and I was like, that sounds just like Rag and Bones, and bro, now my aunt trying to struggle to make Alexa listen to her, but yeah, I heard like Rag and Bones, and I was like, who is this? Is this not him? And then I go and I see him, and I was like, well, is Rag and Bones' real name Teddy Swims? And then I went further down the rabbit hole, and I was like, these are two different people, but they sound very similar. And but maybe because I do like Rag and Bones, that what led me to listen to him. And then also one of my favorite artists, Emily Sundee, she's hinting at new music. She was, because I follow her on Instagram. I've been following her for years. I'm like absolutely in love with her music. She was showing she had her vinyl. She had received a vinyl copy of an album she's been working on. So I'm a little excited for that to see like what she'll actually drop and see what we'll have.
We have a new challenger that approaches. Bo has entered the building.
Here, bro. Like, where have you been, bro?
I was taking a nap.
Listen to Tupac remixes.
I was just gonna type in. I was just lurking, and then someone just let me here. I'm like, oh well, guess I gotta be in here now.
Well,
I gotta be here now. That is crazy.
Wow.
And this is going to be the con. Going to be the con.
Indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are 48 48 minutes in, 48 and a half minutes in,
Bruh.
and
New
Bo has entered
challenger.
the chat. Bo, I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself because this is your first time on Chaotic Culture. So please go ahead and give your introduction, sir.
Oh,
Sure. Hello, my name is Bo Dundit. I am from the ITMOB group. I am invading, literally, the
Yeah, literally.
chaotic culture,
Literally.
um, podcast. And, we're going to talk about a lot of things. I don't know what they're talking about, but I'm here to do a recap and then catch up and see how it goes.
All
Hopefully,
right, so,
One, the funniest thing is that Bo just messaged in the group chat. Y'all can start without me. Like we was just sitting here
Wait,
for
for
an
real?
hour and 15 minutes. Like,
he's talking about
nigga,
life
you
has
thought we was just
continued.
you thought we was just sitting here waiting on Bo, huh? For an hour and 15
Mhm.
minutes.
Wow. Well, with that in mind, Bo, just to give you a quick recap, of course, to start the episode, we always talk about our mental health and how we're doing. We talked about the situation with Carlee Russell, who was the young lady that was found in Alabama, after she was missing for 3 days. And then we talked a little bit about, the DreamCon panel and what our expectations were and what we're looking forward to the most. Now, what I'm going to do, of course, is ask you, how your mental health is, and then we'll skip back over to our next topic. So, how have you been, Bo?
I've been good, taking more naps during the day now, because my old ass can't keep up with work. Um, yeah, I still losing hair, so obviously something's going on, but I'm still happy and joyful about it. So, um, I'm all right. Just eating more healthy. I don't eat too much outside food now. People notice that I lost at least some weight. So I lost like 10 pounds from not eating too much fast food for the past 5 weeks. Um, working out more. You gotta stay healthy. I'll get a stamina somehow. Because man, I know you might want to do something, and you might not have the energy for it. So better work out as much as you can to gain that extra stamina, that hidden stamina somewhere. And then, I've just been chilling to be a content creator of the year. No, just kidding. I ain't gonna be that.
Content creator of the year, Bo.
What else? What are you talking about? DreamCon expectations. Let's see. Party, more party, and party. That's basically what DreamCon is.
Hey, that's what
And
it is, bro.
then trying to figure out how I'm gonna survive DreamCon, after the boat part, I don't know how I'm gonna survive the rest of the other day. Um and then, my expectation is that I don't want no BS from last year with the parking space. They gotta charge I think charge like what, $35 for parking for a whole day. I think it was 40. My bad. 40 for one parking for a whole day. You leave, you gotta come back and pay 40 again. So it's not like a permanent parking, you can just park there. Which is kind of stupid. And I would say hope for drink content more organized, but that expedition really went off the bridge after the little conversations I had to have with DreamCon. So that ain't happening this year. And besides that, that's about it.
Okay, sounds good. Well, Cam just told us some of the music that she was just listening to, I do want to ask whoever is next, what is some new music that you have been listening to and how you felt about it?
So I've been listening to Armani White. His new album dropped. If y'all don't know, he's the dude that made the song Billie Eilish, but I've been knowing him. I've been listening to him since 2019. That Billie Eilish song is crazy how it just blew up because that nigga been putting out really good music for a very long time. I guess you just never know what song is gonna be that pop. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
his album dropped not too long ago, so I've been listening to that. I like this other dude named Benjamin Earl Turner. He's an
Okay.
actor, but he also is a rapper as well. I like him a lot. Who else? As far as like R&B and everything like that, I mean, I still, well, not even just like R&B, just pop and then everything in general. I listen to AJR. I like them. I've been listening to this other dude named Ruel. He's an R&B singer. Been listening to him as well. But right now, the thing that's heavy in my rotation has been the new Armani White album, and then playing like random Benjamin Earl Turner songs because I discovered them like last year, but them songs just keep popping up on, once you get it going in your Spotify, it's on your daily mix every day.
Literally,
So
bro.
you can't get it off your daily mix. So, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me. Oh, and then Smino. I've been listening to Smino a lot.
Oh
too.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Smee. Yes, girl. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is my nigga. I remember the first time I saw Smino in concert. He was actually on tour with SZA when SZA was touring for Control.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Damn.
but see, I already knew about Smino at that time,
Yeah.
but a lot of people in the audience is like, "Yo, who was this?" And I'm sitting here singing the lyrics,
Going
to
crazy
all
in
this
the
shit from
crowd.
Black Swan, and they was like, "Yo,
Yeah.
who you know this cat?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's Smino." It was like, "How do
Black
you know?" I'm
Swan is
like,
a classic album,
"Oh yes,
bro.
yes,
That
it
album
is."
is so fire.
And he
Kid.
also, yes, ma'am.
Oh, go finish what you were saying. I'm gonna say.
I was just gonna say that I also Raven Lene was also on that tour as well. For those who aren't familiar with her, so yeah, her and Smino were on tour with SZA, and I was like, I got to see both of them. And Raven Lene, as young as she is, boy, she's got a crazy range.
Yeah.
Like her vocals are absolutely phenomenal. So if you haven't listened to them, do that as well. What were you about to say, Cam?
I was gonna say because you tend to be heavy in music, and I done caused a few rifts with people asking this question, but maybe you can get a chance to do a pot on it because saying that Summer is you said Summer or Scissor?
SZA.
Scissor.
Yeah,
What did you say?
She was asking if I
You
said
heard
Summer
me.
Walker or SZA, so
I know
I
it
said
sounds like
SZA.
you said scissor. Like, damn, Bo.
I did say Scissor.
Damn, bro.
I did say Scissor.
Damn, bro.
But I did. But no, I've been asking people, and they've been getting stumped. And of the new kids, who do you feel has potential to do like medium to large, we'll say stadium tours? Not no, oh, we all six people come together, it's a festival type thing, but who of the new kids has potential to tour on their own? Like, yes, they can have an opening act, but who out of the new kids or the new ladies and gentlemen of music like is giving, hey, I want to an hour and a half, 2 hours of their music? And it's been causing a couple of rifts between
Selling
my
out
friend group.
stadiums. Sheesh.
Yeah, and you ain't even got to. It don't even have to be sold out. That's why I said medium to large. Like,
Okay.
who of the new kids, is giving very much. Okay, somebody's going to see them. They have potential to do a solo tour, and I feel like there aren't many, if any, that I can think of. But then again, we're kind of presented with a new style of music, and the I guess those who are younger or whatever, they're enjoying it. But I ask, like, really thinking about it, are you willing to sit through an hour and a half, 2 hours of this person?
Okay,
So
what's
I mean,
up?
I've just been, so I know you be heavy into the music. I don't know,
Mhm.
maybe you can get into that because there could possibly be somebody, but at the same time, myself, I don't just see a lot of the
Mm,
what we have now from, I'd say, the 2019 and on. I don't just see too many who I could say will be like a medium large, stadium, opening act,
yeah.
and then, just an hour and a half, 2 hours of them. But then again, could be wrong because
Okay.
this newer generation is different in the music that they enjoy. And like festivals is out. Festivals out, like it's them
Just
themselves,
straight
not no
straight
16
stadiums.
other,
Yeah.
yeah, like no 16 other people. Like, hey, we got Megan coming, and then we got Ice Spice, and then we got 21
I'm
Savage
gonna
and
let
Lotto and
Ted
stuff like
answer
that.
first.
No, but yeah.
That's a good question. As far as R&B, I would say maybe SZA and Summer Walker, possibly. Uh, because this is just from my experience. Going to that SZA concert was actually at this place called the National. Now, for Law and NASA, the National is pretty much the same size as the Norva, if you remember where that spot is in Norfolk, Virginia. And the National is not, it's a little bigger, but it's not too terribly big. But when SZA was there, that shit was packed, and I mean, like, literally, it's already standing room only because they don't provide seats, but literally shoulder to shoulder, there was no room whatsoever, and this was just during Control. So I would say, as far as like medium to large, maybe SZA can pull it off, especially because you still hear her songs like everywhere now, especially on this latest album with SOS. So yeah, and then Summer is Summer. As I'm not gonna call her dumb, but as kooky
Airhead.
and
Yeah.
unique as she is,
It's the perfect way to put it.
her voice still is very beautiful, and she can sing. So people are really, when you listen to Summer Walker, like, her voice carries, and people love that. So yeah, I would say that those two. I really want more love for Victoria Monet, but I don't
Oh
see
yeah.
the super large stadiums yet, or the medium
Right.
large stadiums, at least not yet. Not till she gets recognized for what she's truly done. Now, as far as who has the potential, I'm throwing Coco Jones on there because yeah,
Coco Jones is doing her shit. She
yes,
got
she
it.
So
has.
Yeah,
She has it.
she's good.
the
I think as far as
stadium though.
the R&B
I said potential. I didn't
ladies
say that
and
it was
gentlemen,
Oh, okay.
there yet.
yeah, I think the R&B ladies and gentlemen, they have a slightly better chance, but with them, they're kind of in a different category because I can see them doing small to medium, because typically with R&B, it's meant to be a bit more intimate. Like if some of the new kids, they kind of stay away from making as much like dance tracks, their R&B, not all making them like dance tracks, and more about the feeling and the songs and the lyrics. Then they I could agree with like Summer and SZA, like, and even Coco, because Coco, that's a badass girl.
Yeah, she
Listen,
cold.
that's
Yeah,
a
she's
badass
cold.
girl. And
She's
She
incredible.
yeah,
Hmm.
and it's I keep forgetting her last name. Her name is Danielle. She played in Orange Is the New Black. Black. I don't know if y'all done ever heard her
Hmm.
sing, but baby, she can sing her fucking ass off. Pardon my language, but listen, she got it. But I think more people see her doing acting, that they don't know that there's a whole musical side to her. But she can definitely sing. But I think the R&B ladies and gentlemen, they have a better chance. But these other ones, they
Yeah.
might. I don't
The
know.
the
I
only
don't
person I
know.
can think of is Drake. Literally, that's it. I
Well,
don't
Drake,
know
I don't
Yeah,
anybody
consider
well,
else.
Drake
can
new.
Drake
I mean,
even?
he's not new.
Yeah,
Drake
he's
definitely
he's he's
can.
not.
He's not new,
Drake
but I mean,
could, yeah, but like 20, I would say like the 2019 to now,
oh well, no, that's my
roll
answer.
around
No,
that the lineup
nobody
that we
can
got.
do it.
I
No,
see them
nobody
definitely
can.
selling out like festivals. I can definitely see,
Hmm.
because it gives you the chance to see multiple artists and you not just focus on one. But
Yeah,
I just don't see
yeah. I don't see
who is
nobody doing
looking
it, bro.
at
I ain't gonna
medium
lie.
to large like stadiums. And like I said, I took away the stipulation of selling out. You don't have to sell out. It's just like,
Yeah,
do you
still.
have the potential to, get a good, decent amount of people to want to come and see you for an hour and a half, 2 hours?
At a
Understood.
stadium,
Understood.
yeah, nah, I'm not seeing anybody do that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
With that, let us move on to who else is listening to some new music that they
Oh, I
want to
can
talk
go.
about. Okay, yeah, go ahead, Rob.
Janelle Monáe. Listen, this album has
Yes,
had me in a
sir.
headlock
Yes,
and
yes, yes, yes.
shackles, all of that stuff, bro. She bodied this album. I really, really love it. Especially Lipstick Lover. Lipstick Lover is my shit, bro. Oh my god. I love that song really, really much. Kiana Lede, I don't know how
Oh
to say her
yeah. I've heard
her,
a
her
few
last
tracks with
name.
her.
Yeah, her, bro. This new album that she just put out, absolutely incredible. It's really, really fucking fire. And also this Masego album. The Masego album
Oh
is still
yeah.
on repeat. Masego album has been on repeat ever since it dropped. I love
Yeah.
Masego, and he don't miss. He don't make any bad songs to me. Like,
Yeah.
bruh is cold. So, have if you want to count Sweeney Todd, I love like
Mm. You
yeah, I've
Sweeney
been listening
Todd
to that
album.
like nonstop. So they need to drop like the whole album. They've just been dropping like 2 songs a week, something like that. Like they need to drop the whole cast album, and I've been waiting for that for
Bruh.
a minute. But yeah,
I also been listening to XG.
Who?
who was that?
Like they're all Japanese girl group, but they're
Ah,
moving through. But they're moving through the Korean music industry
okay,
like water because they use basically like the kind of Korean setup for like how they're marketing themselves, but they're all Japanese and they sing in English, and they're saying that
oh,
they're like a global group or whatever. And
yeah,
I like them. I like them.
okay,
Whoever is their producer, they're good, but they got to be careful because one thing that ain't gonna too much fly with me. Every time they want to do like a rap or whatever,
they be trying to rap.
they
What?
do be rapping, but a lot of them do get it written for them. But whenever they try to do their presentation of like rap videos when it's supposed to be them like doing open cipher or whatever,
Yeah.
I wish people would get away from when they're doing it. They put on this black aesthetic. Like all of a sudden they want these baggy jeans. They're wearing these fitted caps. Like they're putting
Mhm.
on this persona, and it's like I've seen you outside of this, and you're just costuming it. But I mean, I like them. I just need them to get away from that because
Gotcha,
you can
gotcha.
still do your little raps and your ciphers or whatever, display your talents without every time you feel like you're doing like a sample of black music,
Mhm.
feeling
Yeah,
like you have to put on black aesthetic, and that's with anybody. It's
gotcha.
not just with just them, but with any non-black person. Don't feel like this is like I get it. I get it. Like people, you don't have to go that far for us to recognize what you're doing.
Cam, what group were you talking about, or person you
Uh,
talking about?
X- XG,
Oh, okay, okay.
XG,
Um,
yeah.
And Rob,
Oh,
I know I stepped away for a second, but who? I know the last thing I heard was you talking about Kiana Lede. Who was the other person, or was
J-
there anybody else?
Janelle Monáe, brother.
You know, of course, of
That
course, of
Janelle
course.
Monáe album, uh, Masego. That last
Uncle
album
Stego, let's
by
go, let's
Masego,
go.
like I said, bro, that shit's been on repeat nonstop since that
Yes,
shit
sir.
first dropped.
Yes, sir.
It's super fire. I cannot stop listening to it. And then la- the last thing I said was Sweeney Todd. This new
Okay,
the new album that they're doing.
okay.
I need them to drop like their whole cast album. They just been dropping like
Mm-hmm.
2 songs at a time, type shit like that. And I really love that theater that play or whatever. Like that shit is really fire. That's like my second favorite musical
Yeah,
of all time,
I
probably.
was gonna say Sweeney Todd is a dope musical, like
Yeah, that's like my
absolutely
Dig
dope.
second
that.
favorite. So yeah.
Where? All right. Let's move on to who's next. Who has some new music that they've listened to, and you know how they felt about it.
Have you guys heard of October London?
Who?
Ooh.
No, I have not.
I
Put me
don't
on.
No.
think so.
Put y'all on. Yes, I'm gonna put y'all on. So October London, he is a R&B artist, and he's
Ooh.
kind of like the modern version of Marvin Gaye. Like he has some really,
Ooh,
Oh,
really,
okay.
word.
Yep.
really,
Add
really,
that to
really
the shop.
good tonality. Like the whole aura of him, like reminds me of Marvin Gaye. So definitely, I would definitely suggest check him out. Really good music. Probably one of my favorite songs by him. Hold on, give me one second. Pulling up my Spotify.
Yeah, I just put him up on Spotify, and I mean the album is called "The Rebirth of Marvin." Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, that's bold.
Yeah, that
that's
Yeah,
is.
that's bold as
That's
hell.
bold. But hey, just stand on it. You know what I'm saying? Like shit.
yeah.
Okay, Back to Your Place is that jam definitely for sure.
Okay.
Um, yeah, you'll definitely enjoy him. So that's who I've been listening to, and I don't know, I did like a really like a super throwback, but like I don't know if this was like a nostalgia moment for me, but I was like listening to like Raven Simone's like old projects, like when she was into her like whole music game. Like she actually had a couple gems. And like one of the songs that I actually really enjoyed from her was like when she dropped an album when she was like a kid.
Mm.
Like
Mm.
that's what Little Girls is made of. Like she was in her whole rap bag and like
Oh
she
wow.
really went off. Like that's kind of what I've been listening to lately. But other than that, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that, Nasa. Law, have you been listening to any music, sir, or new music?
Nothing too crazy. I gave Young Thug album a listen. I gave, you know what I'm saying, typical stuff. I listened to a little bit of Gunna album, and I was just like, nope, can't do
Damn.
Damn.
it.
Damn.
Like he just started going into what's been going on. I'm just like, you just don't hit the same, brother. Like, I mean, I get it. You giving your side of it, but nope.
Just
I
make
get you.
music. You ain't even got to really talk about it to me.
You
Like
really don't.
honestly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just it don't hit the same. And so then I I just been listening to a lot of my old music, like so the older,
I
like
think that's fair.
straight older, and like uh, I've been listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire a little bit more here lately.
Okay. The elements.
Definitely.
Hey man, I feel that. I feel that. Sometimes it's cool to go back to the old school roots, man. Like this past week during work, man, I was listening to nothing but 90s R&B. So I was like,
Mm.
I gotta get through somehow. And then my boss or my supervisor, he's on the same wavelength, man. He was doing the same thing in his office. I'd hear some reggaeton coming from the back. I'm like, man, what you know about this? And he's
So,
white, so but he said that he grew up around all kinds of music, and I'm like, you know what? I appreciate you for that. Bo, have you been listening to anything new, sir?
Um, Lately I've been listening to a bunch of OSTs of video games and then some Japanese group. So one I listened to was Flow. I listened to Flow. They're the people who sang a few songs from Naruto.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Listen to Survive, Save the Prophet. They sang the what is it, the OST for the Code Geass movie. What
Okay.
else? Listen to Man on a Mission. He did the
Okay.
He did OST for the new Demon Slayer season
Yep.
three.
Yep.
What else?
Man, Misha got a couple of them out there.
Mm-hmm. And I've also been listening to some Sonic OST because I know back in the days some Sonic like teams were like going harder than they need to. Like
Mm.
it's like Escape from the City, Live and Learn, In His World. Those are just a few Sonic songs. Newest one that I listened to that came out on the new Sonic Frontier game was Find Your Flame, and that shit went a little too harder than usual. So
Okay.
it was actually really good. I actually like it. I'll say like even though you don't like play the Sonic game, I'll say give the song a try. It's called Find Your Flame. Um,
Okay.
and then what else? That's all about it.
Okay.
This is what I've listened to get through the day. So
Cool. 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 Appreciate that, man. Hey, look, sometimes I go back and I listen to OSTs from video games and anime all the time, man. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
actually part of my anime and gaming playlist. Like there's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of songs from Final Fantasy 15, a lot of songs from Final Fantasy 10 on that playlist. Devil May Cry 5, uh,
Oh,
Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's a lot. So,
Samurai Champloo, just
well,
anything,
yep,
just
yep.
well,
anime.
Um,
Yeah, just
since you
yeah.
anything.
mentioned Devil May Cry 5, do you listen to like the Devil Trigger?
Yes, Devil Trigger is on my playlist. I haven't listened to it recently, but it is on my playlist.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
this shit goes stupid,
it's,
bro. But
mhm.
all right, so I saved myself for last because there was one particular artist that I said that I was going to listen to her entire discography just to see how I felt about her and her artistry in general, and that artist was Coi Leray. Now,
Bro, bro.
Interesting.
yeah, so I decided to take this journey just to see,
Interesting.
to truly figure out, how she is as an artist and as a rapper because I realized her last few performances were actually like she gave respect to the legends, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me just go listen and let me see what I think about her as a rapper slash singer slash artist, whatever you want to call it. So I listened to her first, I guess you want to call it her first album, which is called Everything Cuz or Everything Cause. Listening to her rap, she sounds like a watered down Rico Nasty,
Mm.
and it was like, okay, where is she getting this influence from? And the more I listened to it, I was like, this is Rico. This is like Rico's flow all over the place. Granted, at least I couldn't put my finger on it quite, but I was like, okay, yeah, she definitely reminds me of Rico. And then the next one that came out, EC2, I was like, okay, same thing. I'm hearing Baby Rico. Okay, I mean it's a style, I guess, but all right. So then I get to Trendsetter, which was not this latest album, but the album before, the one that had No More Parties on it. Um, yeah, I didn't like it at
Well,
all.
that shit
I
I'm
was
gonna
don't
be
know
bad.
why
honest.
I thought you was gonna get to like it was surprising. I thought it
Yeah,
was
No,
yeah,
no,
Yeah,
no, no,
right.
no, no.
Talking
yeah.
about this made me change. Talking about
This made me
I see
change
it.
who
I
I
see. Talking about
am.
I see who what the interest is. He said no, I didn't like it.
No,
Yeah.
I did not like it. It was
Okay.
from hearing Coil Ray from the beginning all the way up until now, and I'll get to her last album that she just dropped this summer in a minute. But you can tell that she was still trying to find what made her or what makes her her. Um, it seems like she sounds too similar to a lot of artists, and Trendsetter sounded too much like I hate to be that guy, but it sounded a lot like Playboy Cardi and a lot of stuff like mixed in between there. So I'm like, can she stick with a flow and can she just go with that? Because right now, I don't know who Coi Ray is. Like, I get a sense of who she is by her lyrics, but as far as her style, as far as her rap, as far as her flow, is she really any different from anybody else out here? That's kind of how I felt listening
Mm.
to Trendsetter. And that's also around the time that I believe that she was was maybe was the previous year that she was included on the Double XL, and that performance itself was yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, that shit.
that cipher was
That shit went viral. I remember that.
yeah, and I just looked, I was like, really, oh my gosh. And Double XL, we gotta have a talk to because this last list that came out too, on top of that, with the exception of like maybe two or three, yeah, but I haven't listened to any of the freestyles or any of the ciphers yet, so I'm gonna save my judgment for that. But just some of the songs that I've listened to from some of these artists, it's like, okay, yeah, this is starting to really be not, I mean, maybe it's for the kids, maybe I'm getting old, but yeah, anyway. Then I listened to
Mm.
Koi, her last album. And honestly, I was surprised because this one was actually pretty good. But there's like two halves to it. One where she's like actually rapping, and then there's the other half where she was doing what she was doing in her earlier albums. But
Mm.
at least I enjoyed this album a lot more than I did the previous one. Koi actually, uh, was there was a lot of sampling that was used for a couple of the songs. Like there was one song called "Make My." I believe she used the sample from "Make My Day," which for those who don't know, that's the song where, if you've seen Space Jam before, that's where the Toon Squad was getting ready. That was that song,
okay,
and it's a song that came
I
out in the
remember that.
80s. Yeah, so she used that beat, and of course she used the one that she had on the album for Players was the Message
Yeah.
sample.
Mhm.
Though I was hoping that the Busta one would be on that album, it was not, but still, I actually like that version of Players more. Just because the beat for "Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See" is one of my favorite beats of all time.
Mhm.
And so, and the fact that Busta gave her the stamp to use that, it actually flows better with the song, in my opinion. That's just me.
Yeah.
But in any case, I wanted to give Koi a chance as an artist, and I have more respect for her after this last album. It's just that the first two were that third album was it was such a chore to get through, but I mean, it is what it is. You know, I think that she's found her place in the rap game. We'll see, but yeah, that's just kind of how I felt about it. It was like that don't really appeal to me, but you know what? I gave it a shot and I gave her a chance, and it is what it is.
Yo, kid, her on the Spider-Verse soundtrack, Self-Love.
Yeah.
That song is so fire. That's
I do. Hey, yeah,
that's
don't get
one
me
of
wrong. I
my
love
favorite
Self-Love.
songs. Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs on that old soundtrack.
I do love that song, and I have to give her credit for that. I'm like, okay, you know
Mm-hmm.
what? She does have some, like, there are some hits on there, and I mean, it's the same thing with Koi. I'm like, okay, the album has some hits, and then Self-Love track for Spider-Verse was dope, you know. But
Yeah.
then other than that, I'm kind of like, okay, Koi, okay.
Mm.
But I'm gonna let her live. With that, and Cam's back, we are going to move on to the next subject now. For those who know about ITMOB, we got this thing on the timeline where we say one gotta go. And
Yes,
so
sir.
now it's time for us to do one gotta go, but the music edition. Now this involves everybody, so I need everybody, you know, to participate and let us know, you know, which one gotta go out of these artists that I give. Now some will have 3, some will have 4, some will have 5. So it's up to you to decide which one is getting the hell up out of here. And I hope that we don't choose wrong on these ones. So
as a
What
unit.
happens if we choose wrong?
As a unit.
Well, I'm just gonna judge you. and maybe a little harshly, but either way. All right, we are going to start. Let's start with I ain't gonna do that one yet. Let us start with one gotta go, and we're gonna choose these 3. I'm gonna call them the more so the you can call them the kings of R&B if you want to. I'm not sure, but let's start with these 3. One gotta go: Usher Raymond, Chris Brown, Keith Sweat.
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
Sorry, Usher.
Wait,
Sorry,
what?
Usher.
What?
Sorry, Usher.
No.
Sorry,
Because
Usher.
I feel like y'all can get Chris Brown up out of there because he has not vocally matured, I feel, at all to me.
All right. Well, for that category, I'm just giving my unbiased opinion. Well, not unbiased. The one that's gonna cause the most static.
Chaotic. Oh yeah, I was
Yeah,
about to say, what? Chaotic culture. I see.
Yes.
Listen, it's coming through.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Chris Brown too.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Chris Brown.
Anybody else? NASA?
But
I was thinking Usher, but like he started off like the R&B game very strong, very 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 strong.
He did.
And Chris Brown, he's been more like a mixture. He was never really like true R&B. Like he was more like a alternative R&B pop.
Mm-hmm.
It's like yo.
So I would definitely say get rid of Chris Brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the majority says Chris Brown, with Law having the one Usher vote. But
What's your choice, kid?
Yeah, what's your
Chris Brown definitely got to go.
Oh, okay. Is that
Chris Brown definitely got to go. I'm sorry.
Okay.
As much as I complain about Keith Sweat and his nasally singing. Chris
Bruh.
Brown to me.
Nasally?
I was definitely on the. I was gonna say Keith Sweat gotta go.
I thought about Keith Sweat because
too
he
many
did kind of
classics,
drop
bro.
off hard. For
He got
he's
too many
got he's
classics.
definitely got classics, but he did definitely drop off hard. And I guess it was just a change of times. But definitely Keith Sweat was holding his own. Chris, I'm telling y'all, he just has not to me felt like he sounds the same. It's just like he still sounds like he's the same, teenager. It's just he got slightly deeper and more destructive.
It's the drugs.
Like, yeah, like listen, and because he humps and grinds all across the stage, that be what's saving him. That be what's saving him.
I mean,
they go for that show.
I mean, but
does Usher not do the same thing?
No.
Usher
You
can
think?
actually,
Listen, did you see how he dusted?
As many shenanigans as Usher has in his personal life, Usher can still sing very, very well, and he holds up in his performances. Shout out to Keke Palmer.
Take that away from him. I don't take
Shout out to Keke Palmer.
Hey, do we not?
Yo, kid is
do we not remember the episode? The round table.
Yeah, and I remember like us getting crushed about that because y'all said
Usher
8701 was a damn B.
Listen, Usher basically walked Chris Brown off his own song.
Bro, y'all had
like
mad
Usher. Chris Brown should have picked somebody else.
That hurt my feelings.
Right, I was like,
that was one of my favorite songs. That's one of my favorite songs on that album.
What song? What did you say?
Talk about Twerk It Out off of A701. But anyway, we got to move on. We got a few more to do. All right, one got to go. Like I call them, the trap lords of ATL, or the trap godfathers of ATL. Jeezy, Gucci, T.I.
Gucci gotta go.
No,
really?
Not at all.
I would say Jeezy.
Jeezy gotta go.
Jeezy gotta go.
Talking about Atlanta,
y'all are
Gucci and T.I. all over. Gucci and T.I. is all over that. Jeezy baby gotta go.
No, Jeezy's out of here, bro. Jeezy's out of here.
Gucci.
There's no trap without Gucci. What do you mean? He's the trap god, bro. What do you mean?
Okay, there is no trap.
That's not what we're asking. We're asking. Are you asking who's the best rapper out of the three?
I just said one.
One gotta go.
One gotta go.
No one. I'm gonna take mine back. I'm gonna make it to T.I. instead.
What?
That's crazy.
That's the only safe one in the pick, and you said, "Oh, he gotta go."
Jeezy gotta go for me, bro.
What? Yeah, Jeezy
y'all got too many classic albums. He got 3 classic albums.
Listen, and Gucci went to jail.
What
came back and was dropping. No.
Like just
what did you stop me for? I said anyway. So I said Gucci went to jail, came back, and continued to drop hits after that. Jeezy, I don't know where he at, but said
he is married and living his life.
Listen,
Jeezy gotta go.
He act like music was his thing no more.
Wait, what has he just dropped recently that has been like
nothing?
Nothing.
Talking about recently. Are we talking about right now? Career, or are we talking about right
That's
now?
not my point. I'm just saying this nigga T.I. got more classic albums than Jeezy to me. So I'm going. Jeezy got to go.
Okay, so then Jeezy does not.
Well,
are you saying Gucci has more classic albums than Jeezy?
Gucci got classic mixtapes, and Gucci got classic mixtapes too. So yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I knew this was.
Like be for real. What?
As a people, we need to reevaluate our ears, yo.
Okay, did you not hear Off the Leash?
Okay, so what song of Jeezy are you still singing up under your breath? Like randomly, what do you
listen,
are you serious?
That first album that Jeezy dropped is beyond like classic.
Like, these are classic albums. What are y'all talking
Doug
about?
Motivation
101. But what do you have yourself turning on? Because I'll still turn on some Gucci, and I still turn on some T.I. with him and his big words. Listen, I was just listening to Swagger Up.
Gucci
Like I
does
can show y'all
3
a,
songs
a,
off of a 17 album song, and he'll give you 3 good songs. And I'll be like,
no,
Gucci,
we talking
Gucci,
about
Gucci.
mixtapes, bro.
Even
No.
mixtapes.
who?
That's cap.
Boy,
That
I
nigga's
knew this
not,
was
Now
gonna
not
come
a
from
good.
Gucci, his
ass.
He's not a good rapper to me
mixtapes
either,
was
bro.
where
He
his
just
at.
Yeah. So our
And
Twitter.
listen, as Lane used to bring up the fact that he dusted Jeezy's friend when they supposed to be cool. Like they were
I think
supposed to
that's
throw that in the
all the.
past.
That's the
As
reason
long
why
as
That nigga in the
Gucci
dirt.
continues to do that,
Boy,
listen,
got
like
that
Gucci
boogie
will
on
not let that
tonight.
go. But I mean, why would you? Because you sent your friend to, get rid of Gucci. I think I wrote in your face every time. Every time.
Yeah,
I don't care
right.
what kind of new
Mm.
changes you done made with your life. I'm gonna remind you every time of your failure.
Yeah,
Every
I put your nigga
time.
in the dirt, bro. In any
Listen.
case, I think
has
this
nothing to
might
do
have
with
to
the
go to
rap.
Twitter. We might have to get our
Oh
our
yeah,
pages
yeah,
to promote and feel like, hey, one gotta go. Which one? And
yeah. You
we'll
gotta
see
post
what
this
the
shit.
what the
Boy,
people
Ken
say.
gonna mess around. These niggas supposed to be actually cool with each other. Now they supposed to be beefed in real life.
Hey. I'm just saying, but that's why
Due to the
I threw.
people.
That's why I threw Ti on there, man, because I wanted to see. If y'all want my opinion, man, I love all 3 of them because at one point during another, like when in my high school, they've had some form of influence. That being said, I'm probably going to choose Jeezy only because Jeezy was the one that I listened to the least out of the 3, and it's not no shame on anything. It's like between Recession, The Motivation 101, of course, a couple of his classic mixtapes. Yeah, but after that, it's like I found myself listening more to T.I. and Gucci's mixtape. And I grew up in South Carolina, so Gucci was like between Gucci and Boozy, like all of those tapes and
Bro, dude.
songs, like that's kind of what was flowing in my hometown. So yeah. But either way,
Well,
the
y'all remember when
next
T.I. and Lil Flip was beefing?
yeah,
Jesus
I remember when T.I. and
Christ.
Ludacris was beefing.
Same
Yeah.
here.
Oh my gosh. Like them beef back then was different.
So let's move on to some R&B. One gotta go.
Okay.
Janet, Whitney, Mariah, Beyonce.
Wow.
Who?
Mariah, I'm sorry, sweetheart.
Carrie.
Oh my God.
Mariah's
Wow.
out here.
Ooh.
It's
Damn.
Janet, Whitney, Mariah, and who else?
Beyonce.
Okay, so we know who's safe.
Because
I was gonna say,
Beyonce not
please don't
going
nobody
nowhere.
say Whitney.
So we know
no,
who's safe.
but I'm gonna have to agree with Mariah, and the reason
Okay.
why I say that is I went to a Christmas performance, like it was a little Christmas concert for Mariah back when I lived in California.
Was
Do
this
you know
after
she showed up?
2005?
Yes, this is after 2005.
Okay.
Do you know that she showed up 2 hours late?
I'm crying.
She showed up 2 hours late.
I'm not
And not
surprised.
only was she 2 hours late, eventually I fell asleep during the concert.
Yikes.
And
Yeah,
I
Beyonce.
got up.
Yikes.
I
Beyonce,
got up.
Whitney, Janet would
Listen,
never.
would never.
Would never.
I got up and I took my friend's keys and I said, "Hey, I'm going to the car. That's where I'll be." And I went to the car and went to sleep because one, it was already a long line to, get there because, basically the seats were sit wherever or whatever. And her super fans, they managed to get themselves right at the front of the stage. And so, and, got to our seats or whatever. It was just like, just sitting there. And that's the thing I can't stand. I get it. You are an artist, but you should be more respectful of people's time because 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, things happen. But when you start boarding into hours, that's just
Yeah.
a flat out disrespectful. And another reason why I picked Mariah is compared to the other 3. Now Janet ain't the best singer, but baby, Janet gonna give you a show every time.
You right.
Yeah.
Every
It's
time.
nasty,
You're right.
okay? Miss
The
Janet will
Yes.
give you
dancing and
that
everything.
Janet is going to give you a performance
That
every
choreography
time.
gonna hit. That choreography gonna be
Yes.
fire.
And I know people forget that Whitney danced. Whitney would boogie and dance and all of that. And I think because, people get caught up in the type of songs that they feel like are her best. But Whitney used to dance, get down with it, all that. So Whitney gave performances. So don't be fooled by her later stuff that you think. And Beyonce don't know how not to give you a show.
I was going to say Beyonce don't miss on them shows.
Beyonce, she's been trained since she was a child. Exactly, she's been trained since she was a child. Bro. She does not. I see her going into her like late age because Beyonce don't really know how to do nothing else. She does not know how to She does not know how to. She sure cannot. I know the Beehive. I know the Beehive be upset when they hear that. But Beyonce don't know how to do nothing else but give you a show. So with that, and since I done seen Mariah, and I get it, people be like, "Oh, she's got the butterfly." She tries to make her shows more intimate, and she sings. She's very heavy into self-care, self-love, and mental health is tends to be Mariah's theme, because she made that shift when I guess she was still under Def Jam, but she made that shift and she saw what type of music she was giving. But Mariah's not a dancer. Mariah's going to walk around, look pretty, and hit her high notes when she can here and there. I know her voice she's had to have surgery and she's had some changes on her voice, but Mariah's 50
plus
exactly. But Mariah's not a I guess performer. You know what, Kate, if you had put her in maybe a different category of performance, I mean, if you're looking at it from the aspect of vocalist, then it would be Mariah, Whitney, and Beyonce. But if you're looking for a performance, it's Janet, Whitney, and Beyonce. Understandable. But then you kind of just threw Mariah in there, and it's just like, she's the catalyst.
I know. I threw those four together for a reason. I'm like, I wonder what everybody's gonna say. So, does everybody agree that Mariah has to go?
Yes.
Okay.
Cam has spoken for everyone.
No. I'm just saying that's just from my experience and how I look at it. Y'all may see it differently because y'all may be like, well, is this pre-Coke or
I'm dead? Yo, that is
which Whitney we get?
On that note,
which Whitney we get?
Yes. Let's move on.
Yeah.
All right.
Mariah can go with her in this very Christmas. I love you. Okay.
He said he don't like all I want for Christmas is you. Okay.
All right. We don't do that around here.
Next, we're gonna stick with R&B. One gotta go. Brandy, Monica, Toni Braxton, Aaliyah.
One already left.
Oh my God!
I'm there for that.
Yo, bro,
did y'all just?
You need to leave.
I'm just glad it wasn't me. Because I was literally getting ready to say that. I'm just glad it wasn't me, but I stopped myself. I'm just glad it wasn't me. One up to Aaliyah.
I'm so sorry.
One up to Aaliyah because God, I'm glad it wasn't me.
If we're gonna get down to the get down, Brandy stayed with the riffs. Like her runs, everything like lethal with riffs and runs. Monica, classic. Do not ever compare. Do not ever compare to Monica. Toni, listen.
Toni had some hits. Toni was in her bag for a while. She was the girly.
Toni had some hits. Like I feel like if she was put in like a different category, then definitely hands down Toni would have stayed in. But in this category,
easily. She gotta go.
easily, baby, gotta go. I'm so sorry.
Tony's out of here, bro.
So we got a couple people who said Toni Braxton.
Steve is a menace, bro. Oh my God!
No, I wasn't saying Aaliyah. I just I saw that opening
opening
Houston, and I didn't take it. I didn't take it last round, and I was like, I would do it this time. Like,
he's like, he's not gonna take the Whitney bait, but he damn sure took the Aaliyah bait, bro.
You're not gonna do it to me twice now. Like,
all right, I got you. So
I was like, all right, cool.
What's the consensus here? So we got two people who say
know.
Tony.
It's tough for me because I'm between Monica and Aaliyah. Because Aaliyah, I don't know where her potential would have went, but
working with Timberland and Missy Elliott, she was going through the roof.
Bro,
I could see that. I could see that.
Hit after hit, like that she had early in her career.
Yeah,
Missy doing all the writing, and Timberland is making the beats. Like
and then undefeated, bro. Like
she was cold.
And then Monica, I don't know. I just kind of because it makes me think. Y'all remember the verses, with the verses of Brandy and Monica. Brandy was still doing her old hits when Monica had to start reaching into her new hits. She had to reach into her new hits in order, and that's not to take anything away from her because Monica's a good performer. I've seen her before, but I guess I would have to go with, I guess Monica gonna have to. Baby girl.
Yeah, so for me, out of the I put this on a pedestal as far as like the singers, and granted, I'm probably gonna say Tony, and I really hate that I have to do that because Tony has such a very powerful contralto voice. And just look, that first album of Toni Braxton's is undefeated.
Yeah,
it's crazy. And even her second project was great. It's just after that, it's like, okay.
It ain't
and I really
else,
don't
right?
Yeah, I really don't want to put Tony in that box, but yeah. And unfortunately, Brandy has as we said, she's called the vocal Bible for a reason. Monica stayed with the hits in the 2000s, and Aaliyah had all the potential in the world. And it's just I hate to do that to Tony, but it's Tony for me.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate.
Really?
Yeah. So, okay, all right. So I guess the majority says Tony. We've got a couple.
What?
I know, Cam. I know.
Tony.
Yes.
Like
unbreak
that Tony.
Yeah.
That unbreak my heart.
I'm sorry. I love that
song
too.
Not. He was man enough for me. Not that Tony.
Yeah, I know it sucks.
That one.
Hey, that's my favorite Tony song of all time too. Like that love song is.
That's the Tony y'all want.
That's how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Listen. So I know Law said he's actually getting ready to get up out of here because he's got a dip. But let's do one more because we got a few more to do.
Okay.
Let's jump back over to rap here. And I want to do this just so that I can get my shit off. All right, one gotta go. Missy Elliott, Lil Kim, Lauryn Hill, Nicki Minaj.
Nicki gotta go.
Nicki
gotta
baby,
go.
Nicki baby gotta go.
Get on up out of here.
Oh wait,
Get on out of here.
Yeah, I mean it was just about unfair how you did that. Like
It wasn't hard at all.
that
You gonna have to go. Don't give
put
me
it on
put
my
a
sideburns, you
whole
gotta go.
newcomer. You put a whole newcomer against like
heavy hitters.
I said
them some heavy hitters.
I said Nicki because of all the things that she's done as far as her album sales, and the fact that from 2008 to, you can say arguably now, that arguably she is one of the strongest rappers on this side of the 2000s. Now
she is. There's no argument about it. I don't think.
She marketed and strategically planned herself good to have that longevity. But somebody went to the wind tunnel.
Yeah, but I had to throw that out there because y'all already know how I feel about Onika Tanya Mirage Petty. So of course she was getting about her whole government. Bo, this is your first time here. You should know, man. Any artist that I'm not particularly fond of, I'm not going to say their stage name. I'm giving their government. I.e. the other person that gets that treatment on here is Daystar Peterson. For those who don't know, that's Tory Lanez. So Yeah, so Daystar and Onika are like higher on
Bald
my
head.
yeah.
Mm.
And there's other
I've
people who
never
are on
cared
this
for
list
Nikki
too.
like that anyway, though. Like I
Yeah,
just,
'cause
After
Nikki
Pink
ain't a
Friday,
girl's
bro,
girl.
I really didn't care either for me because Pink Friday Roman Reloaded for me is her worst project. Pink Print was okay, Queen was okay, but it's like it has not reached the heights of Pink Friday. None of her other albums have, and to me, that's just me personally. And I'm not, her
Pink Friday,
lyrically,
she
she
went off
dope.
on Pink Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
Mhm.
but if
that
she
first Pink
like if
Friday,
her
ooh,
attitude wasn't the way it was, I would definitely,
Yeah,
I
she
guess,
she's
keep
yeah,
her.
she's not a
definitely
good person.
But
she's not a
like
girl's girl. She's questionable, and I think it's her hardcore fans that keep her going.
Oh yeah, the
Like,
Barb's.
yeah,
Hey,
it
look.
because the Beehive is the same, but Beyonce actually, she can
represent.
stand on her own. Like
Yeah.
she's still presenting, and I guess also because she keep real low key about her background life, so no telling. Child, we
Mm-hmm.
over here talking about Beyonce. She's good, despite her people, her little fans, and then we come to find out, baby, she sacrificed seals on a Saturday,
That,
Mm.
Lord.
but she
In any
keep her
case,
business wrapped tight.
you're right. You're right. So with that, we're gonna continue forward. Law, if you got a dip, we appreciate you coming through, man. I appreciate you joining us for this episode. But we got a couple more that we got to get through. Because
Let's
I
do
got
it.
some interesting ones. So
Let's
with
go.
that,
Yeah.
let's continue with rap. One gotta go. Lil Baby, Young Thug, Lil Durk.
Mm.
Like
And
you,
just for conversation purposes, let's
Ooh.
throw Lil
you
Uzi
said
Vert
who?
on there too.
You said who?
Lil
You said
Baby, Young Thug, Lil Durk, Lil Uzi Vert.
Lil Uzi Vert gotta go for me.
baby for me.
Mm.
Lil
Baby
baby,
for me.
Yeah,
not the baby.
Yeah.
nigga. Yeah.
Not the baby.
Yeah, no. I did not put Kirk on here for a reason. It's Lil
Honey,
Baby.
yeah,
Little baby, yeah.
yeah. I said little
Mm.
baby.
Damn.
I'm kind of
Child.
I'm stuck on this one, so I may have to pass because
Yeah.
I really wouldn't know. Like I honestly like it would probably be between Young Thug got some hits.
Mm-hmm.
Young Thug he did it.
But do
He's done
Young
his
Thug
thing.
got hits on his own or his features?
Yeah.
Yes. So I may be the fish out of water on this one. I'm gonna say Young Thug.
I'm
I
thinking
was
that like
thinking
damn
him.
like Young Thug he
And
might have to go back.
yeah, so and it's nothing against because I'm not the biggest Uzi Vert fan either, but Thug for me has never been appealing. That's just me personally.
Hmm.
I've
I
never been
mean,
appealed to any of his
I feel
music for
that.
real, for real.
to be honest, I mean, with this question for
Mumble
me,
rap.
this is not my type of. Yeah, this is not my type of rap anyway.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
mine either, but I still rock with Dirk because a lot of the stuff that he says in his albums, I can kind of get with, even though I don't like the style of rapping.
I've never listened
And
to an album of any
yeah,
of these.
I've listened to a whole Dirk album. I've done it for you, bro. You don't got to worry about it.
Mm.
and Lil Baby is the same. Like he's good lyricist. I just don't like the style he raps in. But if I had to choose out of them, and I don't want to put Uzi, but Uzi actually has dance anthems, and I'm like I can't take that away because that's part of hip hop. Thug, I just have no connection with Thug whatsoever.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I like the Thug. What's it called? Slime Season mixtapes. Those are
Mhm.
pretty. Those are pretty dope. Both of them are really good, by the way. Yeah, Slime Season 1
Yeah.
and 2. So
So
that's why.
I will give him Slime Season 1 and 2. Like I can't deny that, but even I'm just still not a fan.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Let's hop back into R&B real quick.
Let's get it.
One gotta go out of these groups: Destiny's Child, TLC, SWV, Escape.
Oh, how dare you!
For the record, I am not choosing SWV. I just want that to be clear.
Escape.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I was thinking Escape
say
too.
those groups
So
again.
you
You said
said-
Destiny's Child, TLC,
SWV,
SWV, Escape.
Escape is out there. Escape is gone. Yeah.
It's probably gonna be Escape.
And it's crazy because there was a point in time in the 90s and the 2000s where it was side chick, side nigga central.
Mhm.
All the songs were, when you go back and listen, it was all about being somebody's side chick, or she doesn't know, or he don't know. Machiavelli, boy, that was
I
that was the
mean,
time.
that was the 90s. They just changed it to like, I cheat on my person now instead of I'm the side
They
chick.
flat out
so,
said now.
so the side chicks are still there. They're just not the ones making the music.
They
Right.
not making it sexual.
that.
Kid.
Hey,
If I had to
Destiny
choose,
TLC.
it would definitely be like Escape, because I've heard a couple of their albums, actually all of their albums, and there's only probably like a couple songs from each album that I would actually like fuck with. I've listened to all of the SWV catalogs.
mhm.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Destiny's Child, hands down.
Mm.
There was not one skip. And then TLC.
Yeah, TLC hold their own.
TLC held their own for real.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
Oh, this is.
Sorry, babes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
but
Yeah, now for me, I'm gonna say out of the vocals, TLC might be the weakest out of this, but
oh
as
yeah,
far
Oh,
as
for sure.
impact,
For sure.
yeah, it's unfortunately, I gotta say Escape. So there's that. All right, let's
think
hop back
Escape
into
for me,
hip hop real quick.
Yeah.
I'm saving a couple of these for later, but yeah.
Let's go.
All right, so let's get the new women of hip hop. One gotta go, and there's 5 of them: Lola Brooke, Coi Leray, Ice Spice, Lotto, Glorilla.
I think I abstained from this because
Wait, say those again.
All right, so out of the new women of hip hop, you got Lola Brooke. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Coi Leray, I just talked about her. Ice Spice, Lotto,
you can't
Glorilla.
even, what's the song from Ice Spice? I see her all the time, but I don't know.
Munch.
Munch.
Oh, that's her. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna have to say Ice Spice, I think Ice Spice is gonna have to go because I don't feel like she is as memorable. Like, she's memorable now, but like in a couple of years, what would she have done that's gonna hold that longevity? So I definitely would say Ice Spice.
I'm gonna say Lotto.
Really?
That's crazy. Bombastic guy.
That's an interesting one. I thought Lotto was the safe one, but okay. I know Glorilla better be safe. That's all I know. Glory, hallelujah.
I'm definitely not getting her out of here.
Glory.
Yeah. I was gonna say Tennessee, bro. Better not.
He's been ripped out the plastic. He's acting brand new.
Dude, that's crazy.
But she went off on that
I don't
song.
know.
Like, she actually did.
I don't know, because all these new girlies, if they don't figure out a better rap style and subject matter, it's gonna get real repetitive. Because Lola Brooks, I definitely like her, but she sounds the same every time when she raps, and it almost pushes her off the beat of being on the beat. Like, she doesn't even adjust her raps to go along with the beat. Oh my God, y'all, I almost pissed myself because this goddamn dishwasher finished and it popped open, and I did not know it did that.
I'm clipping that, by the way.
Thank you. Like, what?
Y'all don't understand. That just, oh my God. And then Ice Spice, her looks are getting her through. Her looks are getting her through. She's definitely got, whoever is her producer, they definitely, giving her some something to work with. It's the tracks. And Coi, her voice just drives me crazy.
I know. So for me, I'm just gonna make it simple. Ice Spice, I'm sorry, you're beautiful as all hell. I know that you're gonna be successful, but yeah,
not on this podcast.
Yeah, I watched her BET. I watched the BET Awards performance, and I was like, yeah, nah, I'm sorry.
She gotta get better stage presence. I don't know. You know what? Forget it. I'm gonna go with Coi, just because I don't appreciate how folks be trying to bully her or whatever on the interwebs, but her voice just
That's fair. Yeah.
drives me someplace.
That would
and
have been my second
actually,
choice.
yeah, I'm gonna change mine to what's the name? Ice
Ice
Spice.
Spice?
Ice
Yeah, I'm
Spice?
changing mine to
Okay.
Ice Spice. Yeah, you gotta go. Yeah, I forgot about this
Word.
BET Awards.
All right. So I
Yeah.
think Ice Spice is probably the
Yeah.
yep, she's the odd man out here. All right.
Mhm.
We've narrowed it down to we've got 1, 2, 3, we got 4, 5 more to do, and then we can get up out of here. So one gotta go.
Okay.
Jodeci,
Mm.
Boyz II Men,
Mm.
Drew Hill, New Edition.
Wow.
I did that on
You did
purpose
that on
from when we
purpose.
did the tournament. So I want to see what
Jodeci is not going anywhere.
Jodeci
First of all, for me,
won't be
yeah.
going exactly. Won't
I
be going
plead the
nowhere.
fifth.
You
I
said
plead the fifth. I will
Jodeci.
not let you twist my arm.
Jodeci, Boyz II Men, Drew Hill,
Drew Hill
and
gotta
New
go.
Edition.
Drew Hill can go.
What the?
That's a crap. I'm sorry.
Drew Hill.
New Edition.
How do I
I'm
leave?
going to have to take the new.
How do I leave?
New Edition over
New Edition.
I mean, without New Edition, you don't get Boyz II Men. So
You don't get Boyz II Men, nor do you get Jodeci, and you damn sure don't
right.
get Drew Hill. So
Yeah, I'm picking Drew Hill.
But
Bro, that is crazy, Cat.
that is nuts.
The Drew
What are
Hill
you
is
picking,
like,
Steve?
bro, I'm not picking Drew Hill. Jesus Christ.
Who
They're
are
the
you
same.
So who are you picking?
Who you picking then?
Honestly and truthfully, for me personally, the best. So
Nobody,
vocally wise,
okay.
I like Boyz II Men the most. Drew Hill has the most hits. But if we're talking like overall like impact of everything, I think Boyz II Men gotta go.
Oh, brother, I don't know because Boyz II Men actually broke more records than any of the 3 groups that we're talking about. Even as much as I love Jodeci, Boyz II Men have more. Like they've had #1 hits that stayed on the billboards longer than anything, and on top of that, like their albums actually sold more. But
Drew Hill got more hits. New Edition set the tone, and
Drew Hill
then
don't have more hits than Boyz II Men. Stop.
I was gonna say Drew Hill don't have more hits than Boyz II Men.
Yeah, I've never seen.
They
Drew
do
Hill
not.
They
more.
you can argue that maybe the hits that they have might be better for your taste, but they don't have more.
Yeah.
let's do it then. Let's go ahead and look these
I
up.
think New Edition is gonna have to
Chad
go
is
because they didn't even stay that long.
I'm sorry.
They didn't even stay together that long. Like New Edition, it's more. They're split into 2 now.
They split up, really quick.
Yeah,
They split up
honestly,
quick.
Now I could, if it means that the others don't get, I'm gonna say it like this: if taking out New Edition means that the other groups get to stay, as if New Edition had no influence on them, then I'm picking New Edition. I'm sorry, as impactful as they were, as from a singing standpoint, they don't touch the other.
Yeah. True.
But that's just me personally saying,
New
like,
Edition
this
hits
is who I prefer. But yeah,
Yeah.
I did this on purpose because I wanted to see how everybody would react.
Hey, this might be. You gotta post this one too, kid.
Yeah,
on
this
Twitter.
is a timeline one.
Yeah.
But this
You
is
definitely gotta
a
post
timeline.
that on Twitter.
I'm gonna keep that one. So we
Man.
got we said the T.I., the Jeezy, and the Gucci one, and now we got the
for sure.
the Jodeci, Boyz II Men, Drew Hill, and New Edition. All right. So let me go ahead and
After we get off, I want to have a conversation about this.
Hey, Steve, it's not gonna let it go, bro. Let it go, Steve. It's
Nah, we
okay.
not letting that go at all.
It's okay,
All right.
bro. I promise.
Nah, we not letting that go at all. We definitely gonna have a conversation, but for time
Indeed.
purposes, I will not.
All right. So here we go. One gotta go. And this is where it's gonna get like real down to the nitty-gritty. Outkast, 3 6 Mafia, Bone Thugs, Wu-Tang, A Tribe Called Quest.
A Tribe Called Quest is going nowhere for me.
Bone
Yeah.
Thugs gotta go.
I'm gonna choose
Damn.
Bone. Yeah, Bone.
I
Thugs.
really don't. Damn, man.
Wait,
I
say
love
the, okay.
Bone
You
Thugs.
said
You set them up.
I did
You
set
said
them up.
Outkast, Bone Thugs and Harmony,
3 6 Mafia,
3 6
Wu-Tang,
Mafia, and
A Tribe
Wu-Tang.
Called Quest.
I'm sorry, but I think 3 6 Mafia gonna have to step.
See, I'm right there with you now.
Oh,
Sister. So
I think they're gonna have to step.
Fair enough. It's
I'm
Bone
so
Thugs and
sorry.
3 6.
Listen,
It's
now,
the thuggish fucking
this man Rob, bro.
What?
Now, Rob, this is more so personal preference. This is not so much anything
Fair
against
enough.
3 6.
Yeah. but
This is me
Jesus,
saying
bro,
that because I grew up with Bone, and I was one of them who was like, as a kid, I grew up more so listening to Bone than I did 3-6. Now, as I got older, of course, I started listening to more 3-6 too.
Man.
But
Don't get me
trust
wrong,
me,
like 3-6 Mafia, they have hits, like they did their thing. But if we're gonna if they're because of like one like lyrical ability, everybody else takes a cake. I'm so sorry.
Slob on my
and
knob.
that
was great. They did great.
3-6
Don't get me wrong.
3-6
Again,
had
they
the
did have
more
hits.
influence. I will say 3-6
man.
had the bigger influence than Bone, but for me, Bone just hit more on a personal side, and that's kind of how I grew up. Now, with that in mind, I also got to say, with 3-6, there's only 3 members of 3-6 Mafia left, and it's really sad because especially because like I was a big Lord Infamous guy. Like out of all of the out of all of 3-6, like Lord Infamous was my guy because his rap actually was like comparable to Bone. Like that man could spit. But rest in peace to him, rest in peace to Koopster, and rest in peace to Gangsta Boo.
Which is 4 really alive, right?
It's 3. It's only Crunchy Black, Juicy J, and DJ Paul. The only one 3 still living.
Hey, you know what's funny?
Project Pat.
For the longest,
I don't
officially
Project
apart,
technically
but like,
not officially 3-6.
But yeah,
for the longest time, I thought those were the only members of 3-6 Mafia. For the longest time, and
those 3.
Yeah, I grew up, but
yeah,
for the longest time, I just thought it was Crunchy Black, DJ Paul, and Juicy J.
Juicy J. Yeah, man. It was 6 of them. It was literally 6 of them. But there was other members as well, I believe. But that was like before they actually, pushed through those 6. Their first album, I think it was only 5 of them. Because I don't think Gangsta Boo was officially with them yet until the next one. So, in any case, I'm sorry. That's just me personally. So,
fair enough.
I gotta call it.
Okay, well, that's fine.
One gotta go. Tupac, Biggie, Big Pun, Big L.
Big Pun for me.
I was just about to say, I think Big Pun.
Big Pun. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Big Pun had enough time to really like
unfortunately
do what he wanted to do. Yeah, unfortunately. So word. All right. We are almost done here, guys. We got 2 more.
Nah, bro, this is super fun, by the way.
Yeah,
I love doing these.
Yes, sir. We rolling on 2 hours. Good God. Okay. One gotta go. Nas, Jay-Z, 3 Stacks, Wayne, DMX.
If I say
Steve.
If I say 3 Stacks, don't shoot me.
Wow. I'm gonna say DMX.
What?
Damn!
Hold on. It's between him or Nas for me.
Nas?
Ah,
shit.
Hey,
Damn, Rob.
Rob, don't
What?
feel too bad.
What?
You told me don't do it, so I didn't say anything. But I was
thank you, Steve.
I was gonna say Nas too.
Damn, yo,
it's between Nas and DMX. Now, like I said,
I think Nas is a great rapper. I think he makes, he a phenomenal shit and all that, but his music just not for me sometimes. A lot of times.
I will admit, man, like look, 2 or 3 of them albums, they
the lost tapes, they should have stayed lost.
I'm choosing Nas.
Lost Tapes 2, I will agree. Lost Tapes 1, I will not agree on that one because Lost Tapes 1 was fire to me. But in any case, okay.
Nas is Nas is my pick. Yeah, it's Nas. It's Nas.
I can't pick against Nas, man. I'm with you. Nas. I don't want to say 3 Stacks, but out of those 5, it might be 3 Stacks. So
I'm only saying 3 Stacks because I think and this is just personally for me, I have not listened to 3 Stacks enough to really like get a grasp of his of what his sound is. So that's more so just kind of like a personal reason why I chose 3 Stacks. But other than that,
who's the lineup again?
I'm going.
It's Nas, Jay-Z, Andre 3000, Lil Wayne, DMX. One gotta go out of those 5.
DMX.
So
God, dog, man, what is
I
up with
like
y'all?
I like
Yeah, Nas got
You
a
don't
good
I
like
like
DMX or
DMX,
something?
but
You don't like Rough Riders?
no,
Up
I
in
like
here,
it.
up in here. You don't like them? Don't
You
like
know
them
what?
niggas?
I'll take that because I will say all of
DMX.
them are
You don't like
lyricists.
that?
I will say that, but I don't know. I'll have to think on it again because I saw
I,
DMX do a freestyle more than once, and I was like, okay, clearly he makes the music that he makes, to sell, and then he makes the other like the freestyle. So Jay-Z, Nas, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne said he don't write nothing down and he be forgetting his lyrics, but that's from the drugs.
He literally be
See,
forgetting his lyrics.
I think he just be
That's
going
hey,
on.
if we talking about new Lil Wayne, we can actually have a conversation then.
crying.
Right.
Boy. I don't know what
yeah.
that fall
All
from
right,
grace.
so we got the last one.
Hold on, kid. Who are
Yo,
you choosing?
Can't sleep.
I already said 3 stacks. I
You
already
said
said
3
it. Like,
stacks?
and
Okay.
I
Bet.
hated to say 3 stacks, but
Okay,
it's like out of those
gotcha.
4, like yeah,
Bet,
out of
bet.
those 5,
Okay.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
one gotta go. Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole.
Drake gotta
Drake,
go.
Drake got
Cole.
Drake
Cole.
gotta go.
This nigga said Cole. Oh my
This
god.
Over
nigga
Drake?
It's a sad
Yeah.
world out there.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Drake?
Drake gotta
The
go.
last
Yeah, I'm
Drake.
taking Cole.
Yeah.
So I
And
think
I love Cole too, by the way. I really do love Cole. He's one of my favorite rappers. But yeah, Drake and Kendrick.
I like Cole. I like Cole, but he gotta go too.
okay, so 2 people said Cole while everybody
So
else
yeah,
said Drake.
so far gone.
And
Take
Bro,
care.
that's so far
Kendrick.
long ago.
That's all I care
Nothing but
about.
the same.
Yeah. When I be saying that I think J. Cole is the best out of him and Kendrick, it's still 1A, 1B for me.
Mhm.
Like it's not,
Okay.
it's them two, and it's not even close on whoever is the third person. For
Yeah.
me.
I got you.
So,
That's
yeah.
I
fair.
agree with that. Yeah,
That's
But,
fair.
I agree with that. But yeah, I still like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you, man. Wow.
Drake got two
But
amazing projects and amazing songs, bro.
he
Sorry.
got early
Without
amazing projects, and that's
He got
Drake,
what?
I will admit,
he has
I will
early
admit that,
amazing
like,
projects.
I will admit that like Drake's last project was actually fire. I will admit that, like,
21.
Which
talking about
was
her
that?
loss.
You do something for me.
I mean, it was with 21,
not
so
not
like
not the collab project with 21, but the project.
Honestly, never mind.
you talking about honestly
Huh?
never mind.
Nothing
Not
in mind. Or take care.
Is that what this shit's called? This is
Certified
why-
Lover
I was
Boy.
gonna say
This is what. Yeah, I think it's
Ugh.
Certified Lover Boy that I liked.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Certified Lover Boy is okay. You know,
It's turd.
I don't trash on that album. But if you said honestly never mind, I was gonna look at you like nah. So do we just have this conversation on a pod episode about this?
Now
No,
listen,
man.
if you
No. I honestly think I actually enjoyed Certified Lover Boy. I actually enjoyed
Okay.
that album.
I
Fair
won't
enough.
yuck your yum too much.
Yep. All right,
Am I-
guys. So the last question before we get out of here, and I'm gonna just designate it to one person. I'm sorry, Cam, not you. Because I love you, Cam. I just don't want to be here another 30 minutes. I'm joking.
Wow, be fucking wow.
Where's the gunshot when you
but
need
for
them?
real. I
Where's
just
the
need one
gunshot?
person just to answer, of course, what is ITMOB doing to thrive in the culture? And Steve, maybe you can answer this real quick.
Stevenson.
What are we doing to thrive in the culture? I'm just trying to like bring all of it together. When we first, met up and we had this whole conversation, we all had that whole same thing of like, we in the anime community, but we nerds about everything. You know what I'm saying? So we wanted to make sure we brought that type of content for everything. To thrive in the community, we are just community and bringing everybody together. We try to have as many guests as we possibly can. We done homeless drives and stuff like that where we went out, you know what I'm saying, and we took out, we brought clothes and different needs and stuff to the homeless and things like that. So we trying to do everything for the community, and not just be like podcast only. And I think that's our biggest thing of just like trying to be community in general, not competing with nobody. I don't care to compete with nobody because y'all gonna get y'all flowers, and we will too. You know what I'm saying? What's for y'all is for y'all, and what's for us is for us.
Facts.
And
Mhm.
that's really just all it is to me. Community, not competing, and just making sure we do things for anybody that's less fortunate. Um, if you ain't got it, I'm gonna try to find a way to get it for you, and that's my piece.
Nice.
Hey, we definitely appreciate that, man. We definitely appreciate it, Ma, coming through once again to the Khaotic Culture podcast. This time with more
Mhm.
of the squad here. Once again, it's been a pleasure having y'all here. I'm sorry, unfortunately, that Johnny couldn't make it, but we'll talk about that later because this man is a part of both podcasts and is not here. So it's my man 50 grand though, but yeah, it's just like, damn, Johnny, come on, man. But either way, now I appreciate the Soundboy General for all the work that he does for this podcast as well, and for all the work that he does with Inside the Mind of a Blerd and show, especially Shogo High. So Shogo High will also be at DreamCon as well. We don't
Yes,
have a panel,
sir.
but we will be around doing some content.
We're
So
gonna be
definitely
making
check us
content,
out.
bro. Yep,
You
yep, yep,
already
yep,
know.
yep.
You already know. So with that, we're gonna do a quick rundown. NASA, I'm actually gonna do the entire rundown here just so that way we can get out of here. And then with that, everybody, of course, can do their plugs, and then we signing off. So for those who are not familiar with the rundown is where we shout out all the podcasts that have either been a part of this podcast or support this podcast as well. We also talk to all the Black content creators, artists, and Black businesses who have supported this podcast as well. So with that, for your podcast highlights, definitely shout out to Shoko High. I just said that, Inside the Mind of a Blerd. That's the home team. Please be sure that you check out those podcasts as well. Is especially for all the shenanigans that we got going over at ITMOB. Definitely be sure that you tune in to us as well. I believe just like this podcast, they drop on Wednesdays as well. So please be sure that you pay attention to that. Subscribe to the Patreon as well for
Ooh,
ITMOB
big
and for
facts.
Khaotic Culture, but I'll get
Big
to that
facts.
later.
Big
Yep.
facts.
Shout out to Mike Check Waifu, Worst Generation Pod, and Blanime Pod. I am a Patreon subscriber to all three, so definitely be sure that you check out Mike Check Waifu. Definitely shout out to Polo and King Tiliano. As far as seasonal anime, they are the geniuses as far as talking about seasonal anime. So please be sure that you check them out. And of course, with Worst Jan and Blanime, aka Anime After Dark, they run that conglomerate or the Anime After Dark community hangout. They will have a panel of their own at DreamCon, and it will conclude Saturday night on the main stage. So if you're going to DreamCon, please be sure that you attend that. And of course, they're also doing a boat party in conjunction with EdenCon as well. So that'll be the Thursday before the actual convention gets started. If you have not gotten your ticket, I mean, it is what it is. It's sold out. But yeah, for those who is going to be at the boat party, yep, we in there. Just don't get too lit. And yeah, I'm not saving nobody. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't fall off the boat.
I can't swim.
I can. I'm just not saving nobody.
I can't swim, but I can
That's
float.
wow.
Hey, I'm sorry. There may be like
But
two people I will
he is
save.
Aqualad Kid, so
Ma'am. Did I not? You know what? I'm gonna move on. Shout out to the Truth and Transparency podcast with Brother X, the culture scientist, and Mr. Smith. The session with Jay and Trey with love, K Renee. Also, be sure that you check out K Renee's novellas under the pen name Sedona Rose, which is now available on Amazon Kindle. It's So Real with Raquel and Onaji. Dad Needs to Talk with Rob, the father of Ash. Analytical with Shit Get Critical. Shout out to Huey, who's actually he does his own podcast, but I don't know if he's dropped an episode in a minute. But he will be also doing some photography at DreamCon, so definitely check out Huey. Geek Set Podcast, as always, shout out to my boy Young Deuces running things over there with Geek Set. Shout out to Anime Junkies, 3 Weeks in a Podcast. My girl Crystal, they've been doing their thing and now they're back. Those anime girls, I'm gonna have to add y'all as well to this list because T and Bree, y'all really doing y'all thing over there. And I appreciate the love and support that y'all have given us as well. And I gotta have y'all two on here as well. So we will definitely have an episode with that. And definitely shout out, of course, to the Black Anime Podcast Network, where you can find all the list of anime podcasts in that network. So definitely be sure that you check it out. For our Black content creators, shout out to Black Anime, my boy Aaron, HBCU Anime, my boy Evan, yo to the good noobs, Sundari with Erica. Please be sure that you check that out. Cerberus Entertainment, as always, be sure that you check out Tatted Poodle, the Geechi Gamer, Uh, I gotta add so many more streamers to this list because so many people are streaming now. Shout out to the Corner Five, who just had an amazing streaming episode, and for the Corner Five, that is
Mm-hmm.
Winged Heathen Simone, or by Simone Malcolm. Howdy to Fight for Rage, of course. The other first lady of Shogo High, Miss Courtney, uh, Shammy Sham, aka One Punch Sham, and of course our friend Chris. Definitely shout out to all five of them. And I would definitely be sure that I add y'all to this list as well. Icarus Metro Comics with my boy Calvin. He also should be at DreamCon as well. Studio Maho with Pat and Yin. Soul, aka Humble Southern Soul Brother, who has been giving me plenty of ideas on how to do these podcasts. Definitely big shout out to Hub Taku, who is an official sponsor of DreamCon as well. If you have not listened to the Air It Out episodes that include myself and other people in our community, please be sure that you checked it out on YouTube. Definitely shout out to Shelby with Simply Janine and Rose Let's Travel, and also to her Simply Baked Goods, which she will be selling at DreamCon. Please be careful because them joints is good, but they will have you zooted. So yeah. Shout out to Strange Keith with Idols to Icons and Black Lotus Dragon, and of course shout out to Toasty Marshmallow, who still has the highest episode of season 4. Definitely, if you have not checked out that episode, please be sure that you do. To our black artists, of course, Miss Nasa, our very own. Shout out to Scoozy. I definitely got to get him on another episode as well. Jack Union, Phil.me, Ellis Quinn, RJ Stackhouse, our boy Quarter, who produced the theme song of Chaotic Culture, Tyrone Lee Jr., who actually rapped on the song, to our girl Ari Lachelle, Zach Hines and Fortresses, our girl Elena, and of course our girl Zaynab. And then for black businesses, definitely shout out to Already Paid by Dre. I see more billboards is going up for his products, so definitely shout out to him. Fresheners Righteous Minds with Timo, KSS Brand with Christina, Cream Cosmetics by Naima, Mind Over Money by Miss Tremaine, and she actually got selected for an award for from Investopedia. So definitely shout out to Tremaine doing her thing over there. She is really truly when it comes to financial advice, if you are a black woman, I highly recommend that you follow Tremaine Wills on Instagram. Of course, Studio Maho again. Miss Daphne Bedford Smith, of course, with Studio Maho and her law firm, Bedford Smith Law Firm. She actually just got Studio Maho's logo trademarked, so definitely shout out to her. Of course, shout out to Concept Moon. Scuba Steve, of course, is a part of Concept Moon. We got She Designs 2 with my girl Erin, Black Magic and Lip Wand. Shout out to my girls Loma T, H4 Creative by Zenobia, Real Estate Stone by Meredith, Sold by Belma Mariah, and of course Coasters Bar and Grill that is located here in Buckrow Beach in Hampton, Virginia. So that has been the rundown, ladies and gentlemen. With that, let's go ahead and plug our socials. Let us start with Cam. If you can go ahead and plug yourself, ma'am.
All right, you ladies and gentlemen, listeners of and watchers of Chaotic Culture, you guys can find me on Twitter, Misha KT. You can say words at me. Sometimes I'll say them back. So definitely follow me there. I do have other social medias, but that's the only way you get. So
All
yeah.
right. It is what it is. Okay. NASA.
Yeah, y'all can follow me on on all social platforms at underscore call me NASA. Again, that's underscore call me NASA. I will most likely be switching my at name pretty soon, so I guess you're just gonna find out when that happens. But until then, y'all can follow me at that at name.
Where? Uh, Late, but always a good time. Bo.
Okay. You can follow me on all my socials at linktree/bodondidit, linktr.ee/bodondidit. My most active socials at Twitter and Twitch, Twitch is basically a streaming platform. But you get the idea. But I'm mostly active on Twitter, and then you can find me on Instagram as well. That I created not too long ago. It's Bo Done Did It, but with a zero as Bo Done Did It. I had to use that because the Boston Terriers took my name, so legally I can't use it now. So
Every time, bro. Every time.
So that's that, and then that's all I gotta say. This is a good episode. Like I said, I'm mostly active on Twitter, so if you get something to say or shout out to me or want to ask me questions, I'm always there on Twitter. looking, responding to anything that's, just being there to have a good time.
We're. All right, Rob J.
Yo, man, this was a great episode, bro. I definitely gotta come back. This was a whole bunch of fun. I really enjoyed myself. But you can find me on Twitter at _ Rob J, ROBJAY. And if you can find me there, you can find me anywhere. Of course, salute to the Shogo High Collective anime podcast. We pretty much talk about everything. So you can follow us on socials at Shogo High Pod. We're also on all podcast streaming platforms like your Spotify's, your Apples, whatever. We're all on that. Of course, the Blerd Mind Pod, man. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of that at the Blerd Mind Pod. Please subscribe to the Patreon. I promise y'all, there's some really crazy stuff on there. There's some really funny. Oh my God, bro. Yeah, so it's a really good time over there. You can subscribe for as low as $2. You know what I'm saying? You can fuck with us there. And that's all I have. And we will see you niggas at DreamCon. I'm pretty sure Steve will plug the panel as well. So yeah.
If you don't subscribe, you're probably a scroll, as they like to say.
Scroll-a-see.
Oh my God, not that.
Oh boy. Steve.
Boy, heaven is not a thing for y'all.
Yeah, man. You can follow me at Scuba Steve 1428 on all social media. I'm doing writing and comics and podcasts and all this other different things. We have a panel at DreamCon on the 30th, which is that Sunday at 1:30 in room 619, right? Warehouse 3.
Workshop room 3.
Room
619 is gonna be in the I think is it the
it's in the Hilton.
Hilton. That's
the Hilton.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, come fucks with us, please.
Come
Indeed.
fuck with us.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for having me, bro. Thank you for having us.
Facts.
Yeah, not a problem.
Yes,
That,
definitely.
was
Thank
amazing,
you for having
bro.
us.
Yeah, this
I
was fun.
enjoyed it.
Definitely appreciate having Bo and
I'll be
Rob
back
on
to
here for the
invade your
first
shit
time.
again.
And see, I'm after.
I'll be like, you want your cornbread? That's how I'm gonna come on your show.
Cam.
What was the point?
See, Rob, you young.
Yeah.
See, Rob, you young.
Jesus
You know what that's
Christ.
from? You ought to know that's from. Right.
Oh, I haven't seen
Yes.
that movie.
You ever seen Life?
I haven't.
We're gonna have to have you watch it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Once again, I appreciate Cam and Steve for being a part of this podcast once again, and for Rob J and for Bo for attending the podcast for the first time. Definitely got to have y'all back and try to get some more ITMOB members to attend as well. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the Khaotic Kulture podcast on your favorite DSP. Also, please be sure that you subscribe to our Patreon for early access to the podcast and bonus episodes of the podcast as well. You can subscribe at any of the 4 levels listed. We appreciate your support no matter what. Again, patreon.com/Khaotic Kulture pod. Please be sure that you follow the Blerd Mind or Inside the Mind of the Blerd at the Blerd Mind pod on all social media. Definitely be sure that you check us out. We just, especially on Twitter, we are plenty of shenanigans to go around for that Twitter. So please be sure that you check us out on Twitter. And of course, again, check us out on Instagram. You can follow Khaotic Kulture on our Facebook page at Khaotic Kulture Podcast. Goodness gracious. You can also follow us on IG at Khaotic Kulture Pod and on Twitter at Khaotic_Kulture. You can follow me, Ked the Pro. That's K3D the Pro on all social media, including Threads now. I guess I'm on there too. So yeah, just follow me. You can follow NASA, as she said, on all social media at _call me NASA. You can follow Sappy on all social media at Scraps14. You can follow Law on Instagram at L.JR_96 and on Twitter at Law96_. And of course, you can follow Johnny at JLeeTrey on all social media. And of course, Twitch at twitch.tv/JLeeTrey1. All right, guys, this has been another edition of the Khaotic Kulture Podcast. So until next time, folks, remember, embrace the culture, chaos rules. Be blessed, be safe, God is love. 2 up, 2 down.
Later days.
See y'all later. Shout out to the other ITMOB members that weren't here.
Look, it's chaos in these streets, so let's talk about it, please. Let's hold some conversation. You see where I'm coming from. Yes, it's so amazing. Go ahead, get comfortable. You can grab a seat, take a load off your feet. Yeah, welcome to the table. We don't tell no lies over here. This ain't no fable. We just live our lives over here. We ain't no angels. We just shine our light over here. We got the power. We just showing love over here. Cause everybody needs some, yeah. And we don't need a reason. Everybody needs some. And we don't need a reason, cause we're living in a chaotic culture. We're living in a chaotic culture. We're living in a chaotic